something to experiment.
Yeah.
I want imposter at least one while I'm streaming.
Fuck.
I'm scared. Alright. Ah! Listen here. Where are you? Where are you? Shoot. You're loud in my ear.
What a cute girl. Separated from his family. Same as me.
It's Chihiro's dad! It's Chihiro's dad! Lillian, we can't even say spoilers! Cause B and Techno don't know! B and Techno don't know! So B, Techno, you know first game. You know how Miz is playing the first game? This is Chihiro from the first game. You guys are fine? I don't... Now I got slobber all over the mic. Okay, let's wipe off. It's probably gonna sound really weird. My apologies. There we go. Oh.
It's open now.
Fuck yeah. Fuck that
Let's
bitch.
chase after that brat. I've got a whole lifetime's worth of trauma to give in.
Why is that so fun? Why is that such a mood though?
Hey, watch out. I want to go in the barrel room.
I like to picture Ophelia and Slither are actually scouring the ship, and then as soon as they enter the room, they hear Feb in the hall. I want to go in the barrel room. Just gallivanting down the hallway.
She's a bard. It makes sense, okay? I want to search the barrel room.
Okay, we'll do Ophelia.
Never mind. I know what's happening. Oh god, everything is falling. Everything falls when my chair is slightly tilted back. Everything is falling. Shame on stream. No, fuck your coal. I hate your coal. This ain't Minecraft. Damn it, I landed. Maybe.
Why the fuck did you just start randomly meowing, you possessed bitch?
You got Hazel freaking barking
I don't
like
like
nobody's.
it when you do that.
She hears Hazel. Shine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when the skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Oh, please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. But when I awake, so many to animate though, just like.
This is an anime. I hope you all are aware you are all in your own anime.
Oh, 100%,
That's what this
man.
is. You're just, none of you are in control. All of you think this is an isekai, but it's not. None of you are in control.
I mean, Bev's the closest thing to a fucking isekai, let's be real.
Oh my goodness. Lillian's got the mallet. So we need to find where else this key goes. Malicious content. Oh my god, I love that, JJ. Yes. Lillian means that in the most everybody to D&D Monday. Why am I?
It's because you
Oh.
don't age means you don't like grow in maturity either.
Yeah, no, she doesn't. That's hence the reason.
Oh my.
Welcome
Whoa.
back.
Well, hello. Welcome to D&D Monday, everybody. Woo-hoo.
Yes. So last time, just to recap a little bit, the fateful encounter happened or ended. And the group explored the castle and found some things. That certain people aligned with better than others. They decided to leave Ithrin and the Caves of Hunger and the Reged Glacier and make their way out, at which they found yet another strange cannon device thing.
Yeah, that thing.
Cannon go pew pew.
That Ophelia seemed to have some sort of vision.
It's teleported. The fuck? What do you mean?
A new hand touched the
She was
beacon.
gone and then came back.
She blinked.
And then the group returned to the Ramshackle, where they finally got to see Brennan and Coda and all of the other friends that they've met there. So what would everyone like to do now?
First off, I need to know, is it Brennan, Brendan, or Brandon? Because I've heard all three.
Yeah, I will say.
It's technically Brendan.
Brendan. Okay. I wanted to make sure.
I just like fucking with you all.
Here, I've heard Brendan. I've heard Brandon. I'm like, what the fuck
I'll
is
be
this
quite
kid's
honest,
name?
until it got confirmed right now, I was just like, is it Brandon or Brendan? I'm so confused.
It's Brennan.
Brendan.
Because
Oh.
I heard the two, and then I heard Brennan today. I'm like, it was neither
Wait a
all
minute.
along.
I had to clarify. It was
Awful people.
It's gonna drive me crazy. You're the one that called him Brandon the most.
Well,
Because
that sucks.
Like, Maggie doesn't do names. Maggie
No.
takes names and goes, I'm gonna anglicize this to fit my own reality.
Hey, I mean, if we're talking about Estinian Einstein, man, it shouldn't look like Einstein. I'm sorry.
You do
That-
have a lot of names though.
Yeah, like there's fuck nugget, there's
That's not an Anglicization. That's just
That's
It's
all
literally
just
she's
a
naming somebody
nickname.
an
She can't call it anything else though, because that would be spoilers for you.
that's true. Technically
Fair enough.
speaking, but no, it's fuck nugget. Fuck that guy. Fuck him.
Alright
I
then.
hate him.
Cool. Anyways. What are we all doing? What's happening? Fox, are you done with your recap?
I am.
Yes.
Okay.
He just asked us what we're doing.
Okay. What are we
What
doing?
would you like to do?
God, what did I do?
Where's,
the last thing I did? Oh,
What,
I told-
Maggie?
The necromancer lady.
You haven't seen her around.
Hmm.
You didn't see her when you walked in anywhere in Lonely Wood.
What was her fucking name? I don't remember what her name was. Fuck.
Gonna anglicize that too.
She would if she knew what it was.
Yeah, we all know it.
Zombie lady.
Valen.
Valen?
Valen, yeah.
Is it Valen or Valen?
It's spelled V-A-L-E-N. However you want to pronounce it is your problem.
So Valentine. Okay, got it. Miss
Yeah, Valen.
Valentine. Perfect.
Do we know what time is it? Do we have an idea of what time it is when we got back?
When you got back, it was around noon.
Yeah,
Well,
Marley's must have been on fire. Sorry, keep going.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm a little famished. Shall I prep us something?
Yes.
I believe we fixed the pot, if I remember correctly. And Ophelia will start heading upstairs to go cook out of the giant-ass pot.
Okay.
Giant pot, giant
Actually,
pot.
open up that map for you.
Oh, thank you.
Bev's gonna do the most cat thing ever. She's gonna go in the middle of the room. Just slowly making herself there. There she goes. Here, like right here. So you know how sometimes cats.
Okay, so you're gonna have to ignore the
scorch
the
marks.
burn. I've never actually fixed the map, so
That's fine. I'll just assume
just
that
pretend
everything
it's
is.
fixed.
Yeah, I would just pretend that it's all pretty now.
Okay, you're gonna go in the middle of the room.
But you know how cats sometimes will just flop on the floor, and they'll just start like. I don't know how to describe it. It's like they start like rolling around.
Yes.
Roll me a strength
Why
thing.
was
Let's see how hard you hit the floor.
okay? Bev's gonna get a fucking concussion.
I mean, you're falling on this sheer gemstone.
I mean, she's just gonna kind of lay down. She's not gonna go. Okay.
You said
Like-
flop. That's a pretty hard fall.
Well, not like. Yeah, fine, whatever.
It wasn't the dragon. It wasn't the Iceman. It wasn't even the killer snowman. It was the damn floor that finally took Bev out.
Okay, you fall and you're relatively okay. You fall. You don't really feel much pain.
You just hear a slight like cat noise, and then she goes about doing the weird cat roll, making cat noises. She's just
cat
happy.
Funny if one of you read the words.
What?
What?
I know what you're talking about. Shh, don't tell anybody. But yes, I agree it would be funny, but too bad that I don't have any interest in that.
Read the words?
Too bad I'm not Rakroth, otherwise that would have happened, but
I don't
What
know.
words?
what's
What
going
words?
exactly.
Words.
You don't even know.
You don't even remember.
You don't even know. Anyways. Are you done?
Come across a
Well,
lot
I'm a
of
cat,
words,
so it doesn't matter. So
I'm a cat, yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to go up to Brandon.
Brendan.
Brendan.
Oh, it's Brendan. It's not It's not
I
Brandon,
love how
and
you
it's
try
not
to say it. You still fuck it up.
because I thought you said it was technically Brandon because it's not Brennan or Brendan.
Brendan.
It's Brendan.
It is Brendan. Okay, that's all right.
Go up to Brandon. Okay, fuck me some more.
I thought that's what you
Damn.
corrected it to like 5
Poor
minutes ago.
kid.
You're like, well, it actually is that. It's like, oh.
Those poor
Whatever.
kids, like, I fucking saved your asses so many fucking times. Can't remember my goddamn name.
To be fair, I just met this guy like once and he was in bed when it happened, so.
That's fair.
Oh yes, he sleepeth.
Anyways, so is Brendan awaiting confirmation awake?
Yeah, he spoke to you
Yeah.
guys when you guys got in here.
He said
Yeah,
what?
last he went
Put down his
outside
book on
to
the
go
table
see
and-
his son. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
then went outside.
He
Yeah,
then went
Ophelia had-
outside.
Yeah, he had actually just started going outside when we called it, so he's on his way out.
Yeah, because
Oh.
Ophelia told him that, hey, the sun's out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right, huh?
And he said, not need a fuck?
Can I listen out for any other possible actors in the basement with us?
Roll me perception.
Okay.
You better not do anything to my fucking kobolds. I swear to God.
Yeah, I'm gonna murder your kobolds. That's totally my priority right now.
My babies. My babies.
You hear the like whimpering and whining of the two animals.
But no other creatures, characters,
No.
anything else.
Nothing else.
Hmm.
My
Put it
kobolds
up.
are
on.
sleeping. They're nocturnal, I think.
Then Rail is also gonna go outside, or rather to the
Okay.
top floor.
You're falling, buddy. There you go.
You know how cats when they're done rolling, they'll kind of like splay out, and then they'll like kind of try to grab the floor,
Yes.
kind of like about to go into zoomy mode.
Hmm.
Bev kind of gets in that position when Rail leaves.
Okay.
And
Oh
she
god,
gets
why
up.
did it zoom? That was something else.
Settings.
Holy shit.
So Bev is
Well,
now going upstairs.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, like, I'm used to the panning. I've never seen it do the zoom. It was like, phew.
Mm-hmm.
Or like,
Yeah, it happened to me
okay.
as soon as I walked in.
What about you, Vale? You're the only one left down
Uh,
in the downstairs.
Okay.
Vale is going to attempt to remember which room is hers. I think it's this one.
Keep forgetting that there was a wall there.
I don't remember.
I
Hold
don't
on.
think Vale specifically got a room, so you could just pick one.
Oh, that's right. She didn't get a room.
Because you arrived there. Necromancer lady pulled up with you in tow and was like, "Go save
that's
the world,"
right,
and you were like,
yeah.
"Aye, aye, Captain."
Right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Fox, I don't have
Wasn't
vision
Wires.
in this room.
Vale, I guess, will just trail them. And also slowly make their way up. So, whoa, what the fuck is that?
I made an error. Don't mind the ethereal kobold.
The fuck?
Excuse me? Excuse me? Why did you do to my cobalt?
No, I had him accidentally targeted, and I clicked on the stairway, and it brought him up, so I put him back down and dragged him directly over the room, and it went through Vale's vision code. So Vale just saw this kobold flying through the walls.
Ghost kobold.
You're like, the
Did
the
you
fuck?
get to see that? From
Think
my
about
screen?
you, sorry.
Because there was also like hella zoomed in.
Girl just minding her own business, sees the kobold.
Nani the fuck?
The only thing it takes up my whole screen is fucking cool. Okay, I'm good. Good.
Trashy was not expecting that, and I apologize.
I love it. I pray this message.
Where the hell am I going?
You said you were following Rail.
Oh yeah,
You-
yeah.
you went
I
up
was
the
slowly
stairs.
following everybody upstairs or wherever the fuck they're going. Oh my god, I think I went downstairs, so I guess that's where I'm going because I don't actually know anything about the ramshackle.
Good.
Yeah, so just
keep
for
going.
everybody's measure, I never actually fixed this map because I didn't realize we would get this far. So you'll have to pardon the burn marks.
It's fine.
Fine.
It's
The
fine.
ramshackle gives a character.
Yeah, it's
A
character.
little bit of personality.
It's just a desolate post-apocalyptic theme. It's fine. It'll be all the
All-
rage in about 2 years.
Our
Everybody will
fancy
be like,
tables and rugs burn to ash.
I was
Just the
gonna-
staff run
upstairs
around lighting
or
fires to
down-
make it
oh,
more ambient.
I was gonna say, well, we can commission that one guy again, and then I was just like, if he ain't dead.
If he isn't dead.
Hopefully he's not
Hey,
dead.
You all
well,
are up
these-
here, and you guys all begin to smell as you approach the door the smell of a hearty stew.
Stew.
The aroma of meat and vegetables wafting through the air.
I did note that it has meats and veggies of what's been noted to be everybody's favorites. So
Oh
like,
my god, I just realized something.
what?
I can
Okay.
take the bag of holding back to the black cabin and get more of the wine.
We just gotta finish. We just need to finish fully cleaning it.
I will clean it so that I can get some more of that
So smart.
fucking wine, mate. Let's go.
Cause we did get most of the
Yes!
honey out. But I think
Macretus, I'm
Fox had
coming
it that's
for
still
your
there.
wine. Fuck yeah. Sorry.
I feel like Bev is already drunk.
Bev is just a high functioning alcoholic
Alright.
and has
okay.
realized that she can hoard more alcohol.
Ophelia's gonna start pouring bowls of stew to give to everybody. All right,
Okay.
it's been a while, so I'm sure everybody's a bit hungry. Here we are. And she'll start putting, like, one by one the bowls on the counter. And then she'll grab a couple of smaller bowls and purposely pick out some meat from the big pot to give to Kuzan, Louie, and Coda. And yeah. And then
Okay.
after that's served, she's gonna walk over to the hideout doors. If I can get her to move.
You've
Okay, well
collided
she's
with a
stuck.
wall.
Just pretend she's walked over there and she's opened the door. Thank you, Fox. And she just opens it up and she yells down to the kobolds and the animals. All right, lunch is on.
You hear the skittering of like the animals as Kuzan races up the stairs alongside Louis. And Coda's like slowly trailing after. Just like lazily walking.
Ophelia will chuckle and go back to the counter and grab the bowls of their little meat pieces and put them on the ground for them to eat. Here you are.
All right.
Nice and fresh, just for you.
The sounds of them eating fill the tavern. What about the rest of you?
Bev is also going to eat some stew. Would anyone like some stew? Would anyone like some stew?
Where are your boys, Bev? Are they still downstairs?
Huh?
Face full.
As you
What?
just look up like in an anime where you've got the cheeks puffed out like a squirrel.
I was thinking the same thing.
No, you're fine.
And then an ear wiggle of questioning.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Boys,
Oh,
come
what-
eat.
if they're all
Louis?
doing that, I'm
Father,
sorry,
you
what?
sent me a text. Sorry.
God damn it!
Not even
Sorry.
Everybody just leave me on red. Not even that. Didn't even look at my fucking text messages.
I didn't have my phone on
Oh,
me.
the funny part is it's not just you. I didn't realize he had sent me a text message until this afternoon.
I sent it last night. So, anyways, okay. So if they're all doing that, Rail's gonna walk out to the doorway with Brendan here.
Okay.
What is Brendan doing?
Brendan's just kind of looking around.
Looking around, not looking at the sky, not staring at the sun.
Yeah. Just
Try not to
kind
go
of
blind, bro.
looking around. He doesn't even seem affected by the light.
Affected by the light? Like, what do you mean?
Like he's not blinded.
Oh, okay.
It's like he has seen the sun before.
I would hope so, God.
All right. He so other than that, he doesn't look, I don't know, perplexed or what emotional state can you derive from his
Roll me
Expression.
insight.
You know, I'll join this party.
Let's see.
Oh, Rail's fucking stupid. Just kidding. For being a robot.
You're not entirely certain. Like you can't say with like any more than like 70% certain.
Mm-hmm.
But like he seems genuinely happy.
Okay. Then Rail is going to speak up and say, yes, it's quite a sight if you haven't seen it in a while.
You see him nod. And for just a second, you happen to catch like a lit outline as the light like is in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
You get like this weird, almost ethereal halo for just a half second that like envelops his body
Ooh, fancy,
just as
pretty.
he's looking.
It's just a trick of the light, surely, right? Or
Oh,
wait,
sure.
do
Yeah,
Surely.
I'm
can
gonna
I-
say
can I-
bullshit
can-
on that.
can-
It is
do
not
I-
a trick of the light.
do I perceive this? Do I know what it?
Does Pinro tell that it's not a trick of the light?
Yeah, is it real?
Roll me perception.
Can I also do? Have I ever seen anything like this? Like what? Something about him ticks me off, right? Like, not ticks me off, makes me mad, but like I'm like, you're different.
I mean, you definitely guess that it doesn't seem. It seems almost a little bit too white to be like the yellowish orange glow of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
But you're not really able to deduce much more than that. It seems definitely weird.
Interesting. Okay, so keep
There
an
are
eye
too
on
many
this.
conflicting things.
Interesting, but he seems like an all right chap. But there's something interesting about him, more than meets the eye for sure. But whatever.
He ain't no human boy.
That is not the focus. So then
Hello,
Vale,
Vale is like, he ain't human.
Vale is like something. You're strange like me. There's something up with you.
He's not. He's one of them non-humans.
join the club.
Nobody
so
here is human.
Correct.
not a single one.
Health,
So
Maxi, you know.
Rail's then gonna ask, where is Valen?
You see him turn for a second, not fully, but just like looking at the ground as if he's considering. And he goes, I'm not sure. She left a couple days ago to go get supplies. I have not seen her since.
Where would she get supplies from? Nobody could leave Icewind Dale.
You'd be surprised how people like her have her ways. She's got connections.
She did get here in the first place, after all.
Well, we all got here.
Oh.
Entering is not the problem. But anyways, okay, so considering that, Rail's gonna take a minute or two to think about his next course of actions.
Okay.
Okay.
While Rail does that, Ophelia's gonna tap Brendan on the shoulder and be like, "Come on, even ethereal beings need to eat. Go on," and gesture him over to the hot stew so he can get something to eat.
No, that's Bev. What?
He kind of looks over at you a bit confused by your words, but heads inside to eat nonetheless.
He's told.
This
he's
is
told
some
them.
good shit.
He told Bev and Ophelia what he was.
Yeah.
Don't make me ooh woo right now.
I'm aware.
Oh, okay.
He was he ethereal or was he something else?
He works.
I'd have to go back into
Ethereal.
Moira's notes, and I'm not going to do that.
I'm very confused. Does he have memory loss now? Like,
Or I will, but I won't say anything
I'm not.
because
I'm
I know
not
it's
sure.
in Moira's notes.
Technically, Vale has a Moira's notes. You can utilize them.
Wait,
Because
I
that was
do?
one of the first things that was given to you was, hey,
I have Moira's notes this entire.
yeah, you have.
Fuck.
I'm not
Okay, hold
sure
on.
if he was ethereal.
Hold on, I gotta see if they're actually in here.
He was something,
he-
but I don't think.
I wish I could search.
I thought he was
my
like some
notes,
kind of
that would
angel
be
thing. I'm
helpful.
confused.
No, he's not an angel thing. I believe it's
He works for the Traveler. I know that. Where are my notes?
I don't think I have them.
Now it's just a matter of figuring out what.
I like looking at the difference between a Moira's notes and Vale's notes.
Listen, when we roleplay it, we roleplay it.
Okay, that's.
Okay. Love you. I love you! Fuck! Sorry. God damn it, I lost where I was. No, I actually don't think it's in the Moira's notes. I remember
AKA where trash figures shit out.
Oh, hold on, that's what I want. I haven't gone to this one yet. Hold on. There's a
I'm
lot
looking
of this
through.
one.
I don't know if you actually.
I don't think no, because this is NP wants berries. No, this is still when they were in the Feywilds.
Is
When
it
I was
bad
like,
that I
"I'm the
can't
same
miss the
fucking person."
Feywild, even though I
Damn it,
hated the Feywild?
No, because I know I was there. I have some notes that weren't. I was taking like in my notes app, and then I'm trying to find where we
did
came
not
home.
write it down. Son of a biscuit.
Where did I?
It's just like your last one, Whelp 2.0.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Brendan is like similar. We established he was like similar to like a changeling in a way.
Megan, Skulls, Goddess of Diggers, mine's no.
Not quite a
These
changeling,
are
but
all-
similar.
He used holy magic and he used wings, didn't he?
See, that's what I was like. I'm pretty sure. I had a whole note on fucking Brendan, and now I can't find it. It might have been one of my ones that remembered didn't save, and I got really sad.
He's a weird boy. That's all that matters. He's a weird
'Cause,
boy.
yeah, these are all
Okay,
Feywild.
either way, Ophelia's ushering him off to eat.
Yeah, he heads inside.
Come on, lay down. Come, sit. Thank you.
You just hear
Anything?
Bev mutter, "It's delicious."
Oh,
Glad you like it. What about you two? Anything for you?
It feels
I
nice.
can't eat.
She's
Well,
right,
that's
I
what-
don't.
Well, I didn't know if there was something else that could sustain you. Like, I don't know.
Oil?
Oil.
That's a stereotype, no.
Her words, not mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Not as mechanical as you might think.
You're
Well?
more magical?
It's complicated.
Okay. I'll trust you.
Well, what can I get for you that will be of sustenance?
Nothing.
All right. I tried.
I tried.
I appreciate the thought, though.
Bev's still going to town on this fucking stew. It's like the best thing she's ever had in her fucking life. Because all
Well, we
she's had to eat is like fucking bread.
Well, we haven't had a proper meal in days, weeks. You kind of lose track of time when you're stuck in a glacier. Dear Lord.
So, question: how fixed up is the ramshackle? Because I know we can't see it. So, like,
It is better looking than you guys remember when you first built it out.
so then when we got the building,
But when you got it, and then remember you paid people to bring in like tables and chairs and fill out the upstairs.
yeah. So
Mhm.
it looks better than that.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so this is a fully functioning inn. Then we could actually.
It is genuinely a fully functioning inn.
So we
Valen
can-
had actually
Oh, go ahead.
fulfilled her terms of the promise and
Oh,
rebuilt the
cool.
ramshackle.
Oh, that's
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was that, like, finished. I thought it was like, oh yeah, it's not on fire anymore, and there's a roof, but other than that. But, no, that's great.
Well, I guess now that the ramshackle is more fixed up, and with spring finally able to hit, people are going to be able to grow crops and be able to actually live. Actually, now that I think of it, Bev. She'll turn to Bev. Should we maybe have to gather 10 towns and announce the defeat of the Frost Maiden? We can finally tell them to stop this senseless sacrificing.
That is true, but are they even doing sacrifices anymore since the dragon, honestly? Assume they would assume it themselves. But we can always go see where everyone is located.
It might be good to do a checkup and see what's happening.
So when we entered town, was there like no one else here, or like...
When you entered town, there was a bunch of people just kind of outside.
Okay, so there are people.
Xyken, you could just ask me.
Try not to disturb the flow.
Well, we won, but did we? Okay.
I'm fucking typing myself.
Okay, I think we need to find what's her face. Our speaker. First Valentine will be back at some point. Apparently.
Valen.
I'm just not speaking as Bev right now.
Oh.
I'm speaking out of character. I'm sorry. Valentine will be back at some point. So, we should probably find our speaker?
Yeah. Find our speaker and...
You good
Spread the
there,
word.
Xyken?
What? I didn't make any sounds.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought I heard someone go...
No, that was either Trash or Fox.
I was inhaling drugs, yes.
Oh, okay.
You just
Makes-
assume that every guttural sound is mine. I get it.
I'm sorry. I thought it was yours. I apologize. I'm the problem.
I learned my lesson.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Matcha milk
and
tea boba dice. Can you eat them? I'm sorry. I'm distracted. What? What are we doing?
Okay,
You guys
Let's-
are figuring out what you guys are doing.
let's go find the speaker.
Yes. We're gonna go.
Mm,
We're going to go find the speaker, Brendan. Make sure that the word is spread that the Ice Maiden is no more.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
We'll bring you back all over to this map, which is also a map you guys haven't seen in a long time.
Oh my god.
Oh, good heavens.
Oh my heavens.
Oh my god.
back in Lonelywood.
Look! Human
Lovely.
food, warmth. Look at these fuckers doing their own little population control. Been such a long time when we did this whole little fucking thing. Be like, there's a conspiracy going on other than with the sacrifices. Population control is happening right here. This is what they're doing.
Well, it's really controlled now.
Oh, yeah, it is. It really is.
Unfortunately, now they don't have enough people to rebuild anything.
I mean, they kinda do.
Realistically, you probably lost a lot of people who had specializations. So,
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
lumber, shipbuilding, cart building, tool building,
Shh.
house building.
We'll teach ourselves. You have
Hush
to
your pretty
learn
little
anyways. Experience is a great teacher.
Exactly.
Failure is a great teacher.
Shut your face, father!
But they're horrible.
Just kidding, I love you.
I wanna hear it.
teacher. I love you.
Anyways,
You're not gonna say I love you too? What a fucking. Just kidding. It's fine. You're good.
anyways,
We joke. This is all in jest and good fun.
so is the group now walking over to the speaker's house? Is the speaker even confirmed alive?
Yeah, we talked to the speaker, I believe.
After dragon attack with all the kids, right?
I think we talked to her. Well,
You
we're gonna
guys
find
did.
out. Okay.
With the kids. There were kids in the house.
I don't
know
even
those
remember
kids.
anymore. But anyways, all right,
been-
cool.
There were significantly less kids in the house.
That's so sad.
But you guys head over, and the speaker, the small halfling woman, is just standing outside looking over the shoddily rebuilt, it's kind of like a porch area at the light of the sun up in the sky. She doesn't even really notice you as you guys walk up.
Lady speaker?
You see her kind of like shake for a moment, just like almost as if a trance, and go, "You're back."
Indeed. And we bring
Wh-
good tidings.
Tidings? I imagine this is something to do with that.
Indeed.
Does she point at the sun?
She's literally like pointing at the fucking sky. Like she's not stupid. She's
Did somebody cast fireball really high in the sky or something? What is it?
What
oh
is
my
it?
god,
What?
someone threw the
damn
beach
it.
ball up high again.
It must have been one of those fucking kids.
Does anybody else want to say it, or is Ophelia still speaking for the group?
Go ahead, talk, bro.
Has no
Real
idea
has
who this
zero
lady is.
investment. Yeah.
The ice. We tracked down the Ice Maiden, and we ended the eternal winter.
She gone.
She kind of looks at you with a weird, like, confusion, concern, and general disbelief. The Frost Maiden, a god.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
You
it was.
killed a god.
She wasn't
Yeah.
that godly, to be fair.
She
It
wasn't
was
really
a hard
that nice.
fight, and we almost lost our lives on multiple occasions. But indeed, she's been vanquished.
That certainly is something I have to process, she says, entirely not believing you.
I mean,
But-
you guys don't have to make any more sacrifices or anything again, so that's
The
nice.
sun has risen. I can see that much, and everyone else here can too, and I imagine those who are left are seeing it. And
What
it's
is
the
your
first
proof,
in, well, as long as any of us have been around.
Been a little bit.
Yep, it was just like this 20 years ago. No sun.
Several millennium, I imagine.
Yeah, it's not like 20 years. Even elves
Well, no,
never
no,
saw
no,
the sun.
That's what I'm referring to. Is that it wasn't, or not like this, more like, yeah, there was no sun when she was here. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
We wanted to let you know so that maybe we can spread the word to everyone. So we can stop all the senseless sacrifices that have been made over the years.
You see her kind of once again look at you with confusion and go, well, I don't know what word I'm gonna spread. But the sun is back. So, people should, sacrifice. It's kind of the whole thing.
sorry.
But I
Emily.
appreciate your concern, dearie.
Well,
Well, I don't know what more you wanted to get out of that.
How fare the 10 towns since we've been gone?
You see her kind of look down and lean over the edge of the little shitty railing that was put together. She's like, it goes slow. Brinshander's still picking up the pieces, and the towns that were completely wiped have not really been looked at yet. We're rebuilding too, but not as quickly as Bryn or Targos.
well, if you guys ever need food, come to us. We can give you some. Or a place to stay for warmth. That's the least we could do.
Yes, of course.
Absolutely.
Towns were destroyed?
Yeah, haha, hee hee, hoo hoo, these fuckers destroyed a city. Several cities, in fact.
Vale,
Yeah,
don't
Vale
you
doesn't know this.
remember all the piles of ash we passed on the way here?
I mean, I guess it really didn't click at first.
She's gonna like clutch her staff to herself as it like kind of like comes to terms. She's like, oh yeah, a whole bunch of people fucking died.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
It's like used to people dying, but like fuck.
3,000 to 300.
God damn.
Literal decimation.
Yeah, Vale is just like,
Kind of sad they didn't get to see the sun.
I forgot to introduce these two. The big, tall boy, middleman, I like to call him, is Rail. And this small little lady is Vale.
You see a smile cross her face at your kindness, and she waves to, or holds a hand up kind of in greeting to Rail, and then looks down smiling and gently waving at Vale, who's kind of going through the paces right now, mentally.
They're all dead.
Vale's just like, we were just on a journey and we killed a god, I guess, but like magics, and now it's just like all hitting her like, oh shit, like I forgot everything was fucking destroyed out here. She'll like lightly smile back.
Like, I helped kill the god.
You all mean that, don't you? You're not just saying that.
What?
Honestly, I wish I was just saying that, but unfortunately I am telling the truth. I would rather have stayed home all day, but you know.
I don't know how to exactly prove it to you other than the sun being out, I guess, because she did that. But yeah.
Okay, well, that's something that I will have to tell the remaining speakers about, but I'm sure they may want to speak to you at some point.
Oh god.
I would be glad to.
Bev is
help
like trying to
accommodate
comfort
that.
Vale, like it's okay.
But if you truly did end all of this, then
Are we in some kind of trouble?
no, not at all. 10 Towns just owes you thanks, that's all.
I would be glad to help.
Despite everything that's happened to us.
It's the least we can do. We weren't able to fully protect the towns when that dragon came, so this is the least we could have done to help you, all of you.
Indeed. And I would be glad to help accommodate anything you need of us with in regards to the other speakers. Oh,
Tell him
and
to
that
visit the ramshackle.
Oh, certainly
we've
spread the
already
word.
told them to visit the ramshackle.
if since you are obviously adventurers at heart, this morning we noticed a weird shimmer around one of the northern buildings.
Oh.
Rail is suddenly far more interested in this conversation.
So none of us have really had the time to check it out, you know, considering sun, and she's like visibly gesturing to the sky.
Sun.
Praise the sun god Leto.
Light of some description. That isn't, you know, lantern fire or a bonfire. But if you guys want to check it out,
Yes, of course.
Buns, you are really fucking quiet.
Am I?
Every once in a while.
Gosh,
Like when you said
diggity
yes,
darn
of
it.
course you were.
You keep
Yeah.
leaning back
Now you're
in your
good.
chair.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing is, I just put my mic closer to my mouth. Yes, of
I
course.
had to turn you
I'd
up to
love
like
to.
150.
Oh Jesus. Now I'm paranoid. And I'm like, okay, what does it say on Streamlabs? Am I coming in?
You're good right now, I think, probably.
Okay. All right.
So, but anyways, yes, of course.
Yes, of course. We'd love to help.
You see her kind of, she gives you like a vague description of which house it is. And those of you who were here in the beginning remember that this was the house that one of you had an attack at.
Dun dun dun.
You remember this? It was one of the first sessions.
Was it me? Was it the card of many things?
No, it was
me?
y'all
Okay.
were up here.
Okay, hold on.
We
I gotta
were-
see.
we-
Wasn't
we
that
were in
that one
Lonelywood.
lady?
And
On the
there was
beat.
some sort of figure that we saw, and then Ophelia just went into like some extreme panic attack, deathness, and
Oh,
we
yeah,
were like,
something was
"What do
stealing
we
my
do?"
breath. Something was
Ophelia
stealing my
that
breath
right
and
there?
choking me.
Asphyxiation, yeah.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
the other armor.
I was the
It
person
was the
that
armor
was
we thought what could have been Ophelia.
We thought.
The one that talked to Omoira.
No, it talked to me. Moira never got to meet the other one. This
But
is
the
before
the other one was the different one.
Yeah.
Because this happened before we went to
The Feywild.
Yeah.
the
The
This
Feywild.
Feywild.
happened before the Feywild, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, criminy Christmas.
That's
Bev
before
got the
my time
closest to it.
completely.
All right,
Yes.
I guess we go there then.
Before they leave, Ophelia goes, "Oh, that reminds me. Before I go, she'll pull out an extra map that they have, and she's gonna circle where the glacier is located. We found the lost city of Ifrin here. There may be some resources that may be of use, and some artifacts that might be good to have hold of to maybe have in a museum or something, so they're not lost to time."
Fine.
Perhaps, but we don't have nearly enough people to, if this is right, go under the glacier?
I was about to say, did y'all forget
We
how
have
we
about
got there?
15 people, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I did forget how we got in the glacier.
I was
It
like,
was
did
quite a
y'all
trek.
forget how we got
was-
there? I'm pretty sure we were also magic.
Not to mention
the last part.
snowman caves.
Yeah.
Which are still there, and the Cthulhu monster that resides half in our realm, as well
Look,
as
that was like-
giant Alaskan bullworms.
To be fair, that was like half a year ago.
She's like, these motherfuckers are fucking crazy.
Ophelia
about
was like,
going
yeah,
under
go
a
here, go do
glacier."
this.
Go there, you know, if you get a chance. You just
Ophelia
gotta
having the
circumvent
best intent.
these things.
What the fuck is wrong with her?
Why would we go to the
they're
death
not
trap?
like taken aback or anything. They're mostly like, well, we appreciate the offer, but we really can't.
We can't afford that right now. I'm sorry.
Because they don't know any of that
This
shit. All the
economy?
speaker saw is like it's under the glacier and was like, that's too much effort to
sounds like a lot of
organize
work.
right now.
She's
Yeah.
she's like, man, would you like to buy this Ferrari? And she's like, I own a Honda Civic. It's like,
In
hold
this economy?
I own a Honda Civic and work like 80 hours a week. The fuck you think I'm gonna be able to afford a Ferrari?
A 1989
sorry.
Nissan shitbox.
It's funny. It's funny. Good. It's good.
Maybe
Well,
a Ferrari
I'm-
from like the founding days, but
Those would
No,
be
that's even more expensive.
I'm glad at
no,
the
like
very
the
least
generation
that my
after that, not the
forgetfulness,
first ones, but the ones
forgetfulness
that
got
are like
people to laugh,
old
so.
now.
Still expensive. They do not go down in price, sir.
Eventually, cars will go down in price. Most cars. They go down in price and they go back up in price.
Anyways.
Anyway, the lady's like, thank you. I appreciate the offer, but
Thanks, but no thanks.
I can't send willingly 15 people into a glacier where there may or may not be problems.
Sorry, I miss.
She's forgotten
It's
not
okay,
everything
Emily,
is an
don't worry about
adventurer.
Yeah, you're not normal. Everybody's got like 10 HP.
You're like unbelievably buff.
See, my brain for some reason just was like,
need
oh, the
both
glacier's
Ophelia now,
gone. They
Maggie,
can
get
go
on
get
it.
it. And we were all talking about sending people to go get the thing. So here we go, taken care of.
No, no.
Not yet, not yet.
I
It's
know,
literally a
both
day.
Ophelia.
It was a magic glacier though, so the magic is gone, right?
Not a magic glacier.
No, it's a fucking piece of ice.
Like I've said it before and I said again, I know I'm not the smartest person. Okay.
No, it's okay. Don't
Oh,
worry
it's
about
fine.
it. Anyways, moving this along.
Let's go to the shiny house.
To the shiny house.
Anyway, so I guess on our way there, Rail is gonna speak up as the group walks.
Also,
Okay.
just as FYI, out of character, ignore this white circle. I accidentally placed it and can't get rid of it.
I don't
Uh,
see
White circle.
You managed to remove it for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
well then
I
I
don't
just
see it
glitched
either.
myself. Cool.
Oh no.
So so anyways, yeah. So Rail is going to say I imagine this is the place that I saw in my vision, question mark. It doesn't say question mark, but you know what I mean. My task is not done yet. I did not want to finish it without the rest of you accompanying me.
Well, what can we do for you to not do it?
I don't know what you mean.
Is there a way for us to pay you more? We could help you a lot better to get back to where you want to get back than those people can.
Cat, I don't think you understand. As far as I'm concerned, Rakaroth is most assuredly dead.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like this is something that must be seen to.
I see.
Fine.
Apparently, some of the others are not getting the meaning, but we'll continue on regardless.
He's a zombie. It's okay. He's dead.
That's not. Never mind. Anyways,
I don't know.
Guys, say
He
nothing.
needs to
Rail is
bring
going
proof
to
that
duty
he's
is
dead, I'm guessing.
complete, but something tells me I need to see this, y'all. That's what he's trying to tell you.
Okay, okay.
thank you for picking up what I'm putting down.
You gotta stop speaking in tongues. I'm stupid.
He's trying really hard to both satisfy the completion of this job, which is a core ethos, as well as give y'all some closure and understanding.
Well, that's very nice of him.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, indeed. It is very, very nice.
Now then, what happens as we approach?
As you guys approach, you guys as well seem to see a shimmer in the air, similar to something you'd see from to all of us out of character, like heat.
Okay.
If something is too hot or too super muggy, you get like that shimmer in the air.
That rippling,
right.
that bending of light.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a mirage.
You kind of see that effect around just in various areas. It's not really concentrated on one point, but you can tell it is happening around the house by my mouse.
What
Okay.
does it look? Looks like
Surprisingly,
magic
as you
to
guys
me.
look over the house, this house seems to be in actually relatively well put condition compared to the scorched earth marks around it.
Does it feel like he's coming from it?
It feels. The best way I could put it is thick.
Damn, this house is
Yeah.
a thick ass boy.
Not the house, but the air, the feeling around it.
It's
This
It's
heavy.
not
air's a
hot,
thick ass
but
boy.
yeah, it's. You guys
Help.
can walk normally, but you feel it. It's like a weight.
It's muggy in a way.
Can I detect magic on the house?
Yeah, go for it.
I did.
This totally isn't a horrible idea.
It's fine. I'm
You're about to
excited.
get-
Let's
Your
do it.
senses are gonna get whacked
I'm gonna
with
get
magical energy.
smacked backwards by an anti-magic field.
The snack that smiles back.
Goldfish. And then you hear like a whip crack.
Yeah.
You just hear goldfish crack, and then you hear Vale screaming.
I thought that was the crunch. That's what I love. Nestle Crunch.
Like crunch.
Yeah, that's the
So yeah,
sound.
you see Vale suddenly like hold out a hand because
Mhm.
she's curious, and you see this light emanating from like the merest of seconds. Like not even a second, maybe like a quarter of a second. You see this light pulse, and then she's thrown about 50 feet
Yep.
backwards.
I knew I was gonna get yeeted.
I want to catch her. Can I catch her?
Make me
Oh god, I'm
what
gonna
is it?
knock them out.
What the
Athletics?
fuck is the? Let me see.
I was gonna say I could catch myself with my wings too if you can't.
Yeah, but I
make me
want-
an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. Oh, yeah, boy, I have a +12.
Yeah, I think you catch her.
So you watch as instinctively this cat runs like full Olympic style sprints to the edge of the shore and like stretches and yeets in the air. It looks almost majestic, y'all. Like this is something that you all sit there and time slows
The
down.
war is now a football, and this is
This is-
Maggie's one play.
And you all look up and you see Vale like just ragdolling, and Bev is like missile. You do grab Vale, and
What up,
both of you fall under the
Scrappy?
water.
How are you? How are you doing?
With a very loud cannonball like splash.
And then I immediately hold her up.
Splish splash, they was hanging in bath.
I'm under the water, but I have her up in my up in my hands.
Yeah,
Just
you're
like-
holding yourself under the water by holding her above the water.
You know, it's the price to pay.
So what about the rest of you? So you see this majestic as shit sight.
Vale is going to unfurl, like her wings are going to appear. She's gonna like float out of the, like out of Bev's hands above the water so Bev can come up.
Bev just goes,
I mean, it sounds like you're drowning, yeah.
Thank you, Scrap. We are
Are you
having
okay?
fun right now. We're doing our epilogue. I hope you're having fun with DBD.
Dizzy, but I'm okay.
okay, that's
Oh, dear Lord.
that's good. Bev comes out of the water and she does the typical like shake to get all the water out of her fur.
Okay, so both of you kind of like swim to the shore and climb out slowly. And there are a
What?
couple people down by the docks that are just like wide-eyed watching you.
Hey, they just had the best thing happen in their lives just to see that. Nothing like this is ever gonna happen to them again.
Sun's out. Bitches are flying around. What the hell's going on?
Scrap, are you
Everything
playing
going
Killer
crazy?
or Survivor today, by the way?
What happened?
I believe
Alright.
she's been, as the children say, magically yeeted.
I don't.
You didn't even detect anything.
Nope.
You didn't have time to.
You ain't got no shit. You don't know what the fuck going on.
Okay. Bev's gonna walk up.
I don't
She's
think it
gonna-
likes magic.
She's gonna, like, try and touch the house a little bit. Like, you see her, like, tail kind of, like, pointing out, trying to touch it. Because she
Yeah,
doesn't
you
want to,
walk
like...
up and you just touch the house.
Well, we can touch it.
I think it might be a magic thing.
Half a second later, you see Bev's fur poof.
No!
It's just like completely, entirely. She goes from having like straight fur to like about as poofed out as you could get.
Ooh.
It's quite a lot of energy here.
Fluffy.
But like nothing bad happens to Bev.
Kind of tingly. It's kind of interesting. But, I
You
guess
feel
no...
your like clothes like bulge from the fur pushing out.
Well, I'm gonna go try the door. Bev knocks on the door.
I want waffle fries.
Go ahead of me.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
What are you doing in my house? I want waffle fries.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. That sounded like.
Maggie, please. I'm trying to be serious.
We're back to getting
That's
nothing
my
done.
fault. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's a good thing it's the epilogue, and we're not
Yeah,
trying
fair
to
enough.
anything right
Oh.
now.
There's
Alright, you knock on the door, but nothing happens.
All right, I'm opening the door. Bev opens door.
Okay, so you grab the door handle.
Is it a push or pull door?
It's a fucking knob.
What do you attempt to do?
Push it open.
Bev pushes it open.
As you push, the door doesn't budge, but you go through the door suddenly,
Oh,
and
what?
as the door like ripples.
Yeah.
What the gods?
Oh, that's interesting.
And the door kind of phases back to normality.
Oh, my turn.
Vale would like to attempt the same thing Bev just did.
You walk up and push, but the door is solid.
Guess
I
it's
guess-
not meant for me.
Rail will attempt next and go to touch the doorknob and push.
As you push, you as well push, and immediately, almost like just off of your weight alone, like stumble through this as just the doorknob gives out.
Just gives way. Yeah.
So what you're trying to like grab to stabilize yourself just disappears, and you fall through the door.
Oh dear.
Your
You
turn.
two all right?
There's no response.
Alright, some kind of portal. I should go with them, but I don't want to leave you alone either.
Okay. I can wait outside.
If you get cold, go back to the ramshackle. You know your way back, right?
Yep.
Alright. I'm sure the Pillar Prince would be happy to keep you company.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's a cute little white fluffy bear that is downstairs that really likes to play. His name is Coda, and you are more than welcome to play with him, alright?
Yes.
With that done, Ophelia's gonna place her hand on the door first to see if it phases through.
As you place your hand on the doorknob, you're suddenly bombarded by some creature, which after a hot second, turns out to be a cat.
It's fine. You don't need to
Ev,
win. Yes.
suddenly you feel yourself ripped backwards,
Oh.
and you collide with Ophelia as you both tumble down the stairs.
Welcome back, Bev.
What happened? Why am I suddenly back here?
I don't know. I went to go in after you and Rail, and you came pushed out of the doorway.
Well, I want to go back in.
Then go back in.
Bev tries to go back in.
The door is solid for you, Bev.
I tried to try the knob.
The door is still solid for you, Bev.
Bev knocks on the door kindly.
You hear a nice knocking sound as you knock on the door.
Interesting. Am I gaining anything from this from watching and observing? Can I discern anything?
Roll me insight.
This isn't fair. I went in first. Why does Rail get to stay in?
Okay.
Maybe his time is limited as well.
So I've got to move Xyken back for a second. When he moves back, I'm going to move Trashy and myself in. So, like, just tell him I'm moving him temporarily.
Okay.
Roger that.
You're here temporarily, Father.
Okay.
So, but then you will be moved back.
Mm-hmm.
You get to have all the fun, fucking fit.
I
Yes,
get to have all the fun?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh.
Bev
Maybe.
got moved back. Bev got kicked out of the house.
I'm sad.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Scrap, if you have a second, I was wondering, are you playing Killer or Survivor tonight in DBD?
Our friend Scrap Brain is in the chat. I met him at the rock paper scissors tournament. I was gonna say cornament. The tournament, not the cornament. The tournament.
Right, was it cup?
Which, by the way, if anybody's interested, that is this Saturday, I believe.
Yes.
I forgot.
Damn.
I sent you a picture of Nemu, Father.
Yes, I see this. And that's the one you're using
Yes, that's Nemu.
for the token?
Yes.
Fair
I
enough.
still need a picture of Basil.
Are you maybe
Oh,
conversation again?
oh,
Huh?
what? Who?
Sorry, you couldn't.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
So yeah, you both stand up. What do you guys? What do the three of you do now?
Bev's just
I-
sadly pawing at the door. when we went back in.
Ophelia's gonna try to see if she can go through the door to go after Rail. Or if the door's solid for her.
Ophelia looks up and kind of like pushes Bev to the side a little bit.
Gently, gently.
No,
Flavor
you
text,
fucking kick
gently.
her over the side of the stairs. Fuck you, bitch. This is Sparta.
Oh, Ophelia would never.
Just
Bev
kidding.
would cry if Ophelia did that. She would. She'd be like, "What did I do for Ophelia to do that to me?"
Ophelia would never do that to Bev.
But you kind of like gently push her over to the side enough for you to stand in front of the door. And you grab hold of the knob and immediately slip through.
Mm.
Bev's
Interesting.
hands go outstretched in shock. She's just
And I've been switched. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Are you eating a sandwich?
I'm eating a Nature Valley biscuit.
Nice. I have pad thai. There's lots of
That
eight.
sounds yummy, although I've never had pad thai.
Oh,
Hello.
it's so good.
Hello.
I apologize for moving you around.
You're fine.
So yeah,
I
you
trust.
look through, and for a second, there's nothingness, complete black.
Nothing.
And then suddenly you see colors and shapes begin to emerge. You're in a room. And this is going to be entire roleplay. I don't have a picture for you or a map.
I can use my imagination.
You're in a room. It's fairly wide. Maybe like 9 or 10 feet wide. And like 13 or 14 feet long. So it's a decently sized room.
Yeah.
Around the edges lay mahogany bookshelves filled to the brim with books and scrolls and vials filled with liquids. Hanging from the ceilings dangle little strands of light. Barely visible. The light strands almost translucent. The lights themselves giving off a soft yellow glow. Directly ahead of you in the middle of the room, on a pedestal, stone pedestal mixed with obsidian, lies an imprint. She's really upset, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure.
You went through, and as soon as I moved you, she was like, "What the fuck, Fox? I went through first."
Oh, Maggie.
She got really pissed at me. But on the top of this pedestal is an imprint on the cover of what appears to be a book that is just sitting there closed on the pedestal. The room seems relatively inviting. You hear the sounds of crackling fire, but not like, what is it, like uncontrolled fire?
It's like something it's like a fireplace. Is what
Yeah, it's like a fireplace sounds.
Okay. Do I see the fireplace anywhere?
No, you don't.
Interesting.
But you both are there with each other.
Where's Bev? Rail
She
looks
went in.
looks around.
She went in and then she went out.
But you're here.
Indeed. I was gonna go in after the two of you. After I told Valora she could go back to the ramshackle, because she insisted on just waiting. And as soon as I placed my hand on the door, Bev was shoved out of the house. And I tried to come back in I tried to see if I could still go in so you're not alone, and here I am.
Well then. Shall we?
Alright.
They begin walking. Rail's gonna walk up to this stone and obsidian pedestal with the book atop it and look at it.
You look at it, the pedestal seems pristine. Once again, off of your knowledge of metals and stone, this is work not done by mortals. There's no way that you know of to mesh metal and stone like this. Or gem and stone like this.
How does one meld the obsidian with the inlay? This doesn't make sense.
It's not even melded. It's like it's one piece. But as you know, obsidian doesn't form like you're seeing it.
No, it does not. Volcanic glass.
Yeah, you can see through it where it is there. If you kind of catch it inside one of the little lights, you can actually partially see through the pedestal.
Okay.
Where entire chunks of it are just made of obsidian.
Fascinating. Okay, but now let's look over the Bev Posit door some more.
Yeah, that's what I laughed
Rail
at. She was really upset.
Scratching at the door like a cat.
She's like Ophelia wedded, and she's like, Bev just reaches out her paws and begins scratching at the door.
We'll try to be quick here. So yeah, what the book? What is the book? What is the
as you
cover
look
book?
over, the book has
There we go.
it is a red cover. with ornate embellishments and a imprint that seems to change as you look at it. Every time you blink, it's in the shape of a different hand. Some human-like, some non-human-like. The pages, as you pick up, because you're able to pick up the book, or if you don't, you just look at the sides of it.
Just looking at the sides, yeah.
Are like gold. You know how they do that with books, where they
Yeah.
gild the edges of books?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, gilded edges. Got it.
The edges of the books are gilded in gold. And that's about all you see from the outside of the book.
So,
Go ahead.
so you said it keeps changing the handprint on there into different creatures?
It changes the handprint into different shapes.
Okay.
And when I say that, I mean you literally see like the top of the book depress and then unpress into like flat and then continue shifting into different
Handprints. It could be a kobold print, then a bear, and then a human.
They all appear to be relatively, most of them seem to be similar to human, if not human.
Okay.
But there are a few that are not. There are a couple that only have like 3 fingers or, you know.
I've never seen anything like this.
Ophelia's gonna approach the book, curious about it, and I'm gonna pull up my character sheet in case I need to roll anything. And that's the only marking, correct? Is just the indentation flat, new indentation flat. There's no other markings.
You said embellishment, so I assume there was also like it was like raised, like bumpy and stuff like that, like on fancy.
Yeah, there are
book covers.
designs on it.
Yeah.
Embellishments made in silver and bronze and other various rare metals.
Is there any writing on the cover or the spine?
There appears to be symbols on the spine, but whether you're able to decipher it as script or not, it's really hard to tell.
Okay.
You're welcome to try if you want, but you're unable to tell if it is even script or just, you know, drawings.
Yeah, you know what? I wanted to see if Ophelia can try to interpret them.
Roll me either insight or history.
Okay. Let me see what I have. Okay, insight's my better. And I get a bonus because of my luck stone. Doesn't matter.
No.
I still rolled shit.
It just looks like it doesn't look like script. It just looks like somebody like artfully embellished curves and lines onto the spine of the book.
I was hoping this was some kind of language on the side, but it's just decoration. I am curious though about the constant re-indentations of different species hands, paws.
Rail is gonna take his left hand and place it on the center front cover of this book.
Which one is your left hand again? Because I don't fucking remember. Is that your clear one?
That is the ice one, yes.
Okay.
Ice, clear, crystal, whatever.
As you press your hand to it, for a second you see it. You feel for a second as the indentations speed up and stop for a second as it seems to almost mimic your hand. And the pages actually that were gilded gold, you begin to see a light in between them, but then the light fades and nothing else happens.
A light in between them? Okay.
You know where you see in like anime where you could see like a glowing book and you can see that there's a light coming from within the pages even though the book is closed? It's kind of that thing.
Yeah, I understand. So then Rail's now gonna gently take the edge of the cover and turn the book open.
You attempt to turn the book open, but it actually doesn't open.
Well, that's strange. Is it locked? You try.
Alright. Ophelia will wait for Rail to take his hand off and then go and place her hand in the middle of the cover.
As you place your hand down, once again the same feeling of the book's indentations speeding up till it matches yours, and the entire book, the symbols and embellishments on it all brightly shine for a moment before you hear like a creak, and I don't know how to describe it other than that you two inherently notice that the book can now be opened. Like there's like a noise or something, but I don't know how to describe that to you.
Okay.
It's just a magical in the air.
It's just a noise of something. I don't want it to be like there was a lock sound, because there wasn't. But it's just like you can feel it. Like the book from the top, you know, sometimes if you put your hand on the top of the book and like move it, you can slightly move a book.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with Xyken, it didn't move. You can kind of feel it.
Right, give way.
Yeah, you can feel it give way. That's a good way to describe it.
Alright. Then Ophelia's gonna open the book. And see what's
It
inside.
opens up to two specific pages, both of which are mostly blank. But each page appears to have a small paragraph at the top that appears to be different on each of the two pages.
Okay. What language are they in?
Roll me insight.
Oh boy.
Oh boy!
Oh boy.
Hot dog! Hiya, Minnie. You can't read shit!
You can't. Yeah, you look over it and you're like, huh, this definitely is writing.
It's like
But
trying to speak to me, I know it.
It looks like more of like an art form to you than actual like words.
Okay, I will say, and this is not off the trend of like, well, he failed, so I'm gonna try. I was gonna do the same thing as Ophelia's gonna try to read it.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
Two people can look
This
at a book.
section pertains particularly to your two stories. This whole area, I'm gonna let you know right now, is a story beat for the both of you.
Oh boy.
What the fuck? It's all. This is all story. At least I'm assuming this is yours.
Well, no, that's out of character.
Oh.
I think
That's
he's
out
like,
of character.
this is important
no,
to our stories.
Well, no.
This whole event.
Yeah, no. I was saying that I thought you said that like the book wrote down like what had happened. Like I interpreted what you said before.
No,
out of
I'm
character.
sorry. I should
that...
have said out of character.
Okay.
I meant like your characters' backstories and their story arcs alongside the campaign arc. This beat touches on both of your characters.
Oh fuck.
So you're welcome to roll
Okay. What do I roll again?
insight.
Insight. Oh god, please.
Roll good,
Please.
because apparently I didn't.
Please, sweet lord.
Better than I did.
Sweet child, the man. Please, does 13 do it?
You can make out some things, but not all of it. So hold on as I edit my writings.
Hell of a time to not roll good.
You're telling me.
I know, it's a shame because I kind of expected one of you to roll well on this, and I could just go, here you go.
What if I had Ophelia go again and she's like, I am determined to get to translate, to read this shit.
I will give you one more attempt.
Okay, cool.
What the hell is Vale doing?
I have no idea what Vale's doing. Maybe
I'm
they're
just
playing a
gonna-
fucking game or something.
I'm gonna believe in the heart of the cards, in the heart of the dice. That's one better.
Okay. Well, you're not able to make out everything, but you're able to make out parts of it.
Okay.
Can I also try again? And I want to use psi bolstered knack.
Sure, you walk up and you see Ophelia damn well fucking trying. So you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm here. I'm gonna put my effort in.
Okay. Let's see. Yes, I'm trying to use my psychic abilities. Let's roll one more time. Yes, we can see it. It's clearly there. Hold on, wait. Let me add the side eye now.
Why did both of you only get one better?
There should be no bonus.
Actually, or no, that's not. Never mind. Yeah, no.
It's just a D8. We're just gonna roll the D8 because I don't know what bonus it's gonna try to apply to that. So.
Yeah.
Does 14 also work?
You get the same result as Ophelia. You're only able to pick out parts of it. We'll
But-
say
but-
for the
but do-
sake of organization,
get this-
Ophelia, you were looking at the left page. And Rael, you were looking at the right page that it opened to.
Okay.
I was gonna say, do we interpret the same sections? Because then we could put stuff together.
So, Ophelia, the only words...
This is not our moment, apparently.
This isn't our moment. We're not
Well.
getting things done.
Fate's a harsh mistress. Maggie's
Hold
like,
on.
fuck this, I'm gonna go play Bioshock.
What?
my Steam just popped up and says Maggie's playing Bioshock.
Matt, hold the fuck on.
Oh my.
Yeah, my Steam just popped up and Maggie's playing Bioshock too.
Somebody
Outed.
Wumpy.
Oof.
And a oop.
There we go. She's no longer in Bioshock.
I'm sorry that we're taking so long.
This is gonna take a little bit, but I just wanted to tease her.
Anyways, alright.
I'm sorry, it's taken me a hot moment because I've got to go through it and remove like a bunch of letters.
It's okay. Take
All
your time, I'm
good.
sorry. I'm sorry we didn't roll good on this random number generator.
Every day I'm getting closer, gonna take a bath with my fucking toaster.
Okay, so to tell you all what's in here, I am going to put them in languages that only you guys can speak.
Okay.
Roger that.
So, Ophelia, the top of the book shows this for you. Rael, you see... I believe you speak Thieves' Cant.
I do.
As well as a bunch of script below these. But you're unable to make out any of that.
I'm not sure exactly what it says. I'm getting...
I cannot discern it either.
My guess, though, book of something divination?
Perhaps divine?
What is
Light?
what is
Rail's gonna point out the similarities and some of the in the lettering that he sees to kind of guess what it is that to his translation of his best guess based on.
Here, to give you guys each of what they are,
Mhm.
because I'm gonna let you guys work this shit out.
Okay.
Because otherwise, if I leave Maggie too long, she's gonna go back into playing games.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll puzzle solve this one. Let them roleplay a little bit.
What the other sees, because I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna assume that you guys like talk about this.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm gonna send to you in your languages what the other is seeing,
Okay.
and that way you can kind of use the symbols to try and help.
Yes.
And with that, I shall leave you for about a moment to let you work on those.
Thank you. Oh, delete.
Whoopsie! Okay, so yeah,
That
I
is
can
not the
see
place to copy it.
light of divine. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Let me make a new note here.
What sucks, so I will say, is like the lettering isn't the like we can't be like, oh well, look, that one is there, so that means that. But it's like, no, can't.
Mm-hmm.
At least I don't think can. No. So light of.
Let's see.
Pretty sure mine is book of. For the first two words.
every day?
Why
I'm
can't
getting
I
closer,
edit that?
gonna take a bath with my fucking dozer.
Quiet Windows security.
Add to page. Sure.
No, that's not what I wanted. I
Let's
wanted my
see.
notepad.
Nope, that's not what I want.
Son of a bitch.
And now that I've properly worried them, have you guys been working on things together?
We're
just
writing
trying
him
to
down.
organize this, yeah, to help us work it out here. Let's see. Blank. So book of something, divination.
That's what I'm thinking the last word is divination.
Divination is definitely that. A-T-I-O-N would be missing. The P... Paten... I couldn't... Potent? I couldn't guess what that other word
Well,
is.
there's also an A in it.
And then...
Potential?
Potential... Potential fits. Potential does fit. And then the other one, L-I... blank of... What? Divine... D-V-I-N-E... Divine...
Oh, that's not. Wait, that's not light.
No, it's not light. I-N-G... L...
L-I-S-A-I-G.
a listing.
Listing of.
And I say that's divine, D-I-V-I-N-E, divine.
Yeah, divine.
But it could, I don't know if it's listing. Listing doesn't make too much sense, but it fits.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say that's probably ing for that. Potential divination. Okay, that might relate to the book. And so the order of these, right? So Ophelia's is the one that's on top.
Yeah,
Correct,
the
Fox?
book of.
Yeah,
Or
okay.
sorry.
Book of Potential Divination. That's yeah. And then so that wouldn't, I could see that. That would make sense. And then Li dash T dash
What?
dash G.
What is the
V-
last word? The last word is what?
Vessels, V-E-S-S-E-L-S, vessels, listing of divine vessels,
divine vessels.
and then it's possibly a list.
If it's a list, that might go with what I was theorizing what this book was earlier. Which was... Oh god, where's that note? I just had the note up too. Fuck, stop. Stop! This... It's after this. Will you stop?
You good over there?
Yeah, my notes.
Whenever you guys think you guys have cracked the code, let me know. I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. But I will only tell you right or wrong once you come back to me with the names or the what the full phrase is that you guys have seen.
Yeah.
Books of Keeping is what I was gonna say. That's the title. But it's only a singular book unless that's supposed to like it turns into several books, I don't know. Fuck.
I think we got it, because I can't imagine what else both the last letter and the first letter of my phrase are, or rather yours. Because divination makes sense. Potential.
Potential's the one that's throwing me off, to be honest.
Yeah, that's also strange. But it's not like potent. It's not, and it starts with a P. Hell, book. It could be born, B-O-R-N, born of potential divination.
Oh.
Instead of book, born of.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So we don't even know.
Do you have a final answer?
We don't. So it would be letting focus on that L word because I think born does make sense if it comes afterwards. Something of I want to say divine. Oh, Fox left. Something born of so something of divine vessels is born divine vessels are born of potential divination. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but book and born, I feel like having both of those words down is good, but like listing, no, it can't be lighting. There's not enough letters. Okay, I'm just gonna say that I'll give you what we got, and you can confirm if we're right or not.
Okay, what do you have for the two phrases?
Emily's is born of potential divination, and mine is listing of divine vessels.
Somewhere in there you are wrong.
Okay. Is it book of potential divination? Listing
No.
of divine vessels? No. Okay.
Another 7-letter word that starts with L and ends with G, and the second letter is I, and the fourth T is lifting.
Lifting. Oh, lifting. L-I-F-T. Lifting of... Okay, that's a good one.
It's certainly putting you two through the ringer, isn't it? You didn't expect a word puzzle.
I like word puzzle.
Lifting.
Like it's not a vowel, right? We can pretty much rule that out.
Can I buy a vowel? For one gold piece, good. Sorry. Had to make the joke.
So...
Divine. 7. 7. Currently looking at stuff.
I think divination, divine vessels.
What
I'm
about
sure those are
vassals? Because lifting.
vassals?
V-A-S-S-A-L.
Okay, V-A-S-S-A-L-S.
Vassal, a person granted the use of land in return for rendering homage, fealty, and usually military service or its equivalent to the lord or superior feudal tenant. Yes, I am Googling words to try to see what it could fit. I wasn't told I wasn't allowed.
Nah, go for it.
Thank you. It's the SS. So far, I've found vassals, vessels. Seeing what else I can find. Okay, vassals and vessels are the only words I can find that would go with that. According to dictionary.com. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag would totally be down to be sponsored. Hashtag education. What about, okay. So, fuck. Can we guess one phrase at a time? Or do we have to guess them together? Is he not here? He's not here, is he?
What?
He's here.
Oh, okay. Can we guess one phrase at a time, or do they have to be at the same time?
They have to be at the same time.
Fuck. Okay.
We're gonna be here forever.
I will say you guys have gotten really close. But you've made errors somewhere along the way. If this does take too long, I will start giving hints.
That'd be cool. I would not be opposed to
Bolt.
it.
Bolt of potential divination? Rail is gonna say this all seems a bit like magic stuff. I don't know much about it, at least I don't think I do. Does any of this sound familiar to you?
Well, if this word is divination, we did encounter the divination tower back in the glacier. If this word is divine, well, we've dealt with plenty of divine magic. In fact, one spark of it went into your body after finishing off the Frost Maiden.
Right, right. So we are now divine vessels.
In a sense, I guess.
Is there such a thing as a bolt of potential something divination?
I'm not sure. To be quite honest, I never really studied divination magic and only touched on it when we were in the glacier. Unless you count those future portraits that I encountered in the Feywild.
Can I roll for a clue, Fox?
No, that'll take time.
We've messed up somewhere along the way.
Please help me. Lord Matthew Mercer.
I mean,
I don't know.
can we start just listing off the variations that we have so far and brute force it that way?
Oh god.
Because it's like, okay, we might have gotten the first one right off the bat and then like overthought one of them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I shall give you another 2 letters.
Okay.
Oh. The gods have decided to have mercy on us.
Thank God.
I'm just gonna post them both in each of your things.
Okay.
Nope, not pirates. I want thieves' camp.
Okay.
Oh, there's an S in there that I wasn't expecting.
Why
a minute for that.
Divinity. One moment. Sorry.
Tos.
D-I-V. Divinities? Could it be divinities? from top?
IES, plurals, yeah, divinities.
Born of potential divinities. Which would very much make sense with Ophelia's secret. That she doesn't know, obviously. But we all know now. Out of character.
Why won't it let me type?
That last word is probably vessel. Vessels. Unless there's a word that I have not come across on dictionary.com. Hashtag not sponsored. Sorry, I will stop the joke. That I missed. Listing. I'm gonna say that, yeah, the first one could be born of potential divinities.
How's
That-
it going?
That seems like that would make sense. So we think we've got the new fixed word.
For the first one. That's the second phrase that we're on.
Lifting of divine vessels. Like
So-
the vessels are they're divine vessels, and then they are lifted up to be potential divinities.
Or to work for a god, to be a vessel for a god. We're doing some Isel Shiva's shit here. Okay. Do we want to go with that for our second guesses?
Yeah, let's go with born and lifting.
Okay, so we're gonna go with born of potential divinities and lifting of divine vessels.
Incorrect again.
Ugh.
What about can we try listings for the second one?
So what would they be again?
Born of
It would be-
potential divinities, listing of divine vessels.
Incorrect.
Incorrect,
Damn
yeah.
it. Okay.
Book of potential divinities, listing of divine vessels. Because this is the book of potential divinities, this book, and this is the list of divine vessels that could then become potential divinities.
That is our next guess.
What is
That
it?
is. This is it's book of potential divinities, listing of divine vessels.
Congratulations.
Yes!
Yay!
We
As
did it!
you guys say this out loud, you begin to see words scramble and move around on the page. On the right-hand side, seemingly looking like a list of names written out in various languages, some of them common, some of them not. And on the right-hand side, you see a list, a more formalized, or on the left-hand side, you see a more formalized list of names, as well as what appears to be, for some of them, further information.
Like it says further information.
Are there any names that we recognize?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let's go with that.
Roll me Perception, both
Can
of
we
you.
both? Yeah. Let's see. Where's my character? It's over there. All right, fine. Barrow.
Okay, finally, I got some kind of good
Nope.
roll.
Not max. I don't need maxi. Okay. Investigation, you say? Or perception?
Perception.
I apologize.
Perception. You're fine.
Okay. Most of the names you don't notice, or you don't recognize. With the exception of 3.
Oh.
On the left-hand side, Ophelia, you notice your own name.
What in the world?
On the right-hand side, you notice both the name of your fallen compatriot, Rakaroth, Wyverholdelphiax, and Rail, you see your own name.
Dear Lord, man.
I'm sorry. This is
That's
intense. I'm feeling things.
My name. That's right.
And mine as well.
Why are our names in here?
Well, given the translation, apparently we have quite a grand potential.
As you guys are heads down in the book, you fail to recognize the figure in the room that has appeared with you. And a familiar voice calls out,
Oh no.
"That is because you, ma'am, are a fledgling god, or about to become one."
Ophelia's gonna whip herself around to see who the fuck is talking to her.
Rack will do this. Rack, I'm sorry. Rail will do this.
You're getting into this.
This is intense. I didn't expect to feel this way. I said I wouldn't cry.
As you look up, you see a creature clad in shining blue scales, wearing a soft white set of clothing, gently smiling at you, light shimmering around him. We meet again, Ophelia.
Is this who I think it is?
I believe it is.
Rakaroth? How? How are you here? I
Haven't you
saw
figured that out by now? He says softly, still smiling, and he gently gestures to the book.
You're a god now?
He like tilts his head. Not a god. What one could refer to as a vessel, or a little bit more than a demigod.
Ophelia's gonna like approach him and like tears are like rimming her eyes. Like that's not full on crying yet, but she's starting to tear up and she's like very hesitant and then reaches out to see if he's real.
As you reach out, your arms do wrap around him. He is real. Your arms can hold him. And as you do so, he gently embraces you. It's been a while. I missed you.
You're actually here. And she just starts, like, the tears just start going over, and, like, this is the first time Ophelia's really been vulnerable because it's just, like, all the grief and just the guilt and everything is just, like, releasing a little bit. She's like, I'm so sorry. I thought I killed you. I thought you were gone. I'm so, so sorry.
He holds you, laying his scaled hands on your shoulders, and goes, I did die. But I don't blame you, nor was it your fault.
It really wasn't. Not clearing my I'm clearing my throat out of game, not in game.
I'm sure you're just as surprised by this out of character.
This is a lot of feelings.
I'm legit
I
tearing
feel
up right
I
now.
feel I feel like I feel like Bev who just saw her own dead body as a
Oh,
player.
God.
Rail is also going to slowly approach the two in staggered disbelief, wanting to get a closer look just to confirm.
As you get closer, you see Rakaroth almost exactly, minus the clothing, just about exactly as he was told to you, or described to you in the contract. But instead of being some weird runaway, stowaway, whoever you originally thought, he just looks up at you and smiles at you. Just a big, wide grin. You must be Rail.
I am. How do you know me?
Would magic work in this scenario? And he kind of like goofily grins.
You haven't changed, have you?
I've been hunting for you.
And yet you found me.
Maggie's gonna be so fucking pissed.
She could watch the live stream. Yeah, I'm like, what does Rail even say in this situation? I have a contract to kill you, sir, but something tells me that I'm far too late for that.
Hey, you know, I did die like a couple months ago, he says.
You know, I did die a little while back, so you know,
it did happen, so like maybe that ship has sailed. And he kind of like shrugs and he's like, "You're welcome to try again."
No, I'm sure my benefactor will. Well, I don't think they'll believe anything that I tell them at this point. I don't know what to say.
Wait, Ophelia knows that it's Rail's sister, right? He did tell them. I mean, Rail did tell them that it's Vrak's sister looking for them, right? If I remember correctly.
Oh, it's been so long. Maybe.
I believe you did tell them, even if it was like in cryptic verse.
Yeah.
They did kind of get the sense that it was Rail's sister.
Okay.
Or not Rail, Rakaroth's sister.
Rakaroth, the person looking for you is your sister.
So I've heard.
Rail needs a moment to process this. So... all he can think to do is to now change the subject and go back to something also equally pressing. Why are our names in that book?
Well, would you like the long version or the short version? I can guarantee you the short version is much quicker.
If it wasn't for the fact that Bev's outside, and she hasn't gotten to see you, but she was kicked out of the home. Is there a reason? I don't see
He
her
thinks
name.
for a moment and looks up at you guys and goes, well, the room might have mistaken her for you, Ophelia.
So,
I'm guessing only those with divine potential are allowed in here.
Not just divine potential. The vessels, too. Think of this place as a safe space of sorts.
I see. Are you able to come out of the house? I only ask because, well, I'm sure Bev would love to see you. I don't know what the limitations are for this place, though. Or for you, for that matter. No offense,
I imagine that Ophelia is incredibly flushed right now.
Oh yeah, incredibly flustered, incredibly flushed.
She
Isn't
just
that
has.
right?
I think she has. Yes, and she has like so many things she wants to tell him, and she wants to hear everything, and.
Look,
This
listen,
is
I
a
ship it, okay?
massive lore dump, so feel free to ask what you want. Like I said, this is a massive story beat for the both of you. But he looks up at you after pondering your question for a moment and goes, well, technically yes, I can leave. But I'm afraid she wouldn't be able to see me. Even if she
Right.
wanted to.
all
Even
right.
in here, you two are the only ones who would be able to see me.
I have a question. Out of game, out of character. Can we please pull in the others if we're gonna be doing some like heavy stuff here? Because they don't have to say anything. You can mute them, or whatever. But like I feel like they need to at least experience this.
Are you sure? Because this story beat was kind of meant to be for you guys, and then to have the. I mean, I will do it if it's what you two want, but it wasn't intended or written that way.
It's just emotional. Like they don't have to be here. I'm just saying, like, can we do this in front of them? Is what I'm asking. Their characters don't have to be here.
Yeah, you know what? We can make it so we can kind of alter the current scenario a little bit to say where he can go, yeah, I can pull them in, but they won't be able to see him or hear him.
Okay.
They can only kind of like, he'd be like a breeze to them. He could affect objects and show them he's there, but they
Pretty much
wouldn't hear him.
Rail and Ophelia would have to play interpreter.
Yeah, is that okay with both of you? Because I will have to go in and explain this to them.
I am fine with that. That way,
Yeah,
also, they're not just like, we spent the whole session in the other VC. You know,
Okay.
because depending on how long this takes.
Yeah. Plus, it'll be easier to like translate later if they hear the information straight from him rather than being like, "Well, all this stuff happened. It was crazy." Like,
Yeah. Oh my god.
I don't want them to be completely. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, wow, long time coming. How about that?
Wow. What a way to have to put something intense in an epilogue.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got to do this because this is like, oof. This is the time where we sequel bait. You know, this is like Tony Stark getting invited to the Avengers.
Snow Patrol assemble!
Right. Wow.
Oh my god. On the bed so she's in her camera. Hazel, come here. I have a second before they return.
Because now Maggie's also playing Harry Potter, so like I don't begrudge like, oh yeah, they're bored, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
because they've just been kind of, so it's like, come on, get them in here just so they can at least experience the moment with us.
Yeah. Let them be here. Go on the bed, baby. Come on, get on the bed. Stay down. I had a good visual to show people while we did this.
Yeah.
Not just like, we're looking at this bush for an hour at the top of these trees. Or I should say the top of these trees.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
yeah, you're right. I wish we had like a scene to be looking at or something. That would be cool, but I understand why we don't.
Yeah. Because
Honestly,
this is
I'd
all
be
homebrew and it's beautiful.
Yeah, you know what? It might not be the highest quality, but like if Fox wants Maggie or I to do like characters or backgrounds, I'm sure we could pump out some stuff that isn't like the cleanest looking, but at least it's some sort of visual.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know
Oh,
I'm
of
super
course.
slow on making stuff, but I also feel like everything I have to make has to be some sort of like decent quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it takes me forever to make.
This is just for funsies.
All right, Buns and Xyken.
Yes.
As you see, the creature outstretches his hand, and behind you appear the what appear to be translucent versions, albeit sentient, of Bev and Vale.
Vale!
Non, pretty lady, are you okay?
What the hell is happening?
Okay. I'll just contact. You see, like Ophelia's, like her eyes are a little red, not from like she has tears down her face.
And her cheeks are red.
And her cheeks are her cheeks and her eyes are a
I
little
ship it.
red. And it
And
looks
what
like
is-
she looks like she's holding on to something.
What?
And what does Rail look like?
Are we ethereal to them?
No,
So we're
We're
solid to
the-
them.
you are solid to them.
Okay, well,
Question,
Rail.
did you quick question, did you tell them ahead of time what's happening, or are you gonna let us tell them?
I am going to let you tell. I simply said that they were brought here,
Uh-huh.
and that you two are here next to the pedestal.
Okay, for sure.
Okay.
Just here's
So,
go ahead, Xyken.
okay. You see Rail, he doesn't look any different, you know, obviously for obvious reasons, but his body posture is not anything as rigid or serious or filled with any sort of confidence. It's all very he looks confused, taken aback, off balance. Just in the way he stands with the way his arms rest.
Uh-huh.
And looks back at the two new figures that have appeared.
What's going on?
Bev,
What?
we found him.
Rakaroth? You found Rakaroth?
Ophelia's gonna look between the figure she's holding and to Bev like a couple times, and she's like, "You really don't see him, do you?"
Bev looks around.
I'm afraid they don't, dear.
Bev is startled by said voice.
You don't hear
No,
the voice.
you don't
is what
hear
I
it.
told you.
You don't hear it.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I forgot about that.
No, you're okay. I just didn't want you to. We felt like you had to be here to say it.
To both Vale and Bev, when I speak to you guys, it feels like a breeze.
Okay,
Like there's a light breeze in the room ever so slightly.
got it.
He did die, Beth, but he's come back in a sense.
Care to explain?
Is this your ghost friend?
We're not quite sure. He's about to explain things to us.
In a way, he's a ghost friend, dear. The one we were looking for in the cabin. The one that I heard in my dream.
Well, why can't I see him? Where is he to you?
Ophelia's just gonna like her hands like up because it looks like she's holding something, and she's just gonna like it's gonna be like just like an anime moment where it's like it looks like she's tugging on something. Like he's right here.
Bev's still confused.
Sorry, it's a little hard to explain when you can see something that someone else can't.
Okay, I can get that. So like, is he just standing here?
Yes.
I'm so confused.
He's
Bev is like,
To-
I have shit
to
to
light-
say, goddammit, where is he?
to lighten the mood a little bit more is she's gonna like just do the Will Smith present pose, be like he's right here.
Bev looks at the spot. I don't see a damn thing.
Bev.
I
Bev. Rail's gonna turn around and approach Bev, and then place a hand on one of Bev's shoulder.
I don't think you can do that.
Can I do that?
Can he actually touch
For
me?
you can
going on
actually
here.
touch her.
Okay.
So
That's
yes,
weird.
I do that.
He created what is effectively, just for RP purposes for you guys to know, what is effectively solid apparitions.
Got
Okay.
it, okay.
So he brought what is effectively your souls
Got it, okay. So
and
me
gave
and
form
Bev are
to
only
them. So
souls.
you guys can
Got
be
it.
touched and interacted with, but you are like translucent and don't have like quote unquote physical forms.
Got it, okay.
So after doing this, Rail says, "If there's anything you wanted to say to your friend, now is the time to do it."
Oh god. You're gonna make me cry. Give me a moment. Shit.
Yeah, we'll join the group.
join the club.
Kakarot.
You feel a breeze roll over your back.
As he says,
and
"Hello, cat."
that's quite exactly what he does. He moves over and says hello, cat. And the Ophelia and Rail watch as he like taps Veil, like gently pats her on the head. Or
Hello,
Bev
everyone.
taps Bev on the head.
I was like, hold
Sorry,
up.
I've got so many things going on in this story beat, and now I've got two more
Got it.
people to deal with, so
Got it,
I
yeah.
apologize if I fuck up.
You're good,
It's okay. Just
This is a lot for everyone.
I have no idea what's going on.
it's a
Gotta
big
do
deal.
my
Just
own.
roll with it. Yeah. So, Bev, he's here with you.
You just okay, so Bev's ears flatten and you see her eyes go big and she just
Actually-
starts crying.
He actually just patted you on the head like he used to.
Just Bev just starts screaming like curse words because she doesn't know what to say. She's just like, oh my god.
I know you
She's
can't hear me, cat. But it'll be alright.
He says it'll be alright.
I remember when you went around and you were looking for wood. I remember when you burned that stupid cauldron and I made the stupid decision towards resetting everything, and I know that made you upset. But you were a good friend. One of the first friends I ever truly made. And I remember when you had your weird baby chest thingy, that was really weird. And I remember screamed at it, but it's okay. You had your little collectibles. I'll take care of them and dust them for you, I promise.
Those were the good old times, weren't they, Bev?
You scaly motherfucker.
I told you it was time for tears.
Thank God I'm not actually crying because, oh my god, but damn, do I feel like it. Ugh. I hope wherever you go, you're happy. Because you deserve it. And that's all you get from Bev right now. It's just
Bev
now
just like collapses to her knees.
it's incoherent sobs and curse words.
Vale right now.
Vale, I mean, Ophelia's gonna notice, like, just Vale's utter confusion, being like, okay, I'm just here.
Vale was just
and-
chilling. Vale was like, I have no idea what's going on, but like it seems like a moment.
And she's just gonna go over and be like, you're right, Vale. He was here all along. I
I mean, I told you.
You did. She'll kind of like softly ruffle her hair a little bit. And she'll look up at Rakaroth and be like, I'm sure you already know her name, but let me properly introduce you. This is Valora. She's been a big help with our party.
Wait.
God damn it, Maggie, stop it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is Valora. Continue.
This is Valora.
You see Rakaroth kneel down, and smile. And you see his hand reach up and his fingers snap. And in front of Vale, a little miniature light, sapphire blue in color. Almost like it's not even a light, it's a solid orb, a small marble that's glowing, kind of just appears in front of Vale. And he goes, well, hello, Vale. It's finally nice to meet you.
Vale's gonna stare at the orb. Ziggy's gonna chitter, like he knows.
He says it's
And,
very nice. He says it's nice to meet you, Vale.
Likewise. We met before, though, right? In the cabin?
Ophelia and Rael see him nod slightly.
You
So
did
close
indeed.
and so far.
Well, oh, what was it that you were going to say? The explanation why our names were in there. Hi, Gabby. How are you, sweetheart?
Yes, Rakaroth. If you could, please tell us the whole story.
Well, let's start from the beginning, shall we?
Let's start at the very
Time to tell you my entire backstory. All right.
So
So sorry.
I'm gonna disconnect you from this call. This is why I only wrote this for 2 people.
I'm okay. I'm done. I'm done. I'll shut up.
You could just mute him.
I could, but I don't want to because that's rude.
That is rude, I guess. All right.
I'll shut up.
And Rakaroth begins his tale to Ophelia and Rael, starting with his death. He explains, and I'm gonna paraphrase a lot of this.
That's fair.
And show you guys the important bits as well as a little bit of filler. So he explains that yes, he died. That as he fell, there was a light, a silver presence that kind of engulfed him. And in that moment, everything went black for him. And then suddenly, he explains, he hit the ground here. Here he said he was greeted by an actual god. In this case, Tyr.
I had a feeling.
Um,
A little fanboy. Sorry, continue.
Tyr explained to him, or to Rakraw, that despite all of his misgivings, he held true to himself. And in that is its own kind of justice. And for that, he rewarded him with becoming a vessel. A chance to be reborn as one of the divine, albeit lower on the ranks. Rakroth now serves Tyr as the vessel of self-justice. And kind of makes impacts on people who are struggling with upholding their own values and their own ideals despite what others say.
I gotta raise my hand. Can I say something out of character? That's
What's
brilliant. That's brilliant. I love it. That is so fitting.
Can I just say my man got a promotion? He got a promotion! Like he always wanted.
All right,
Senpai
continue.
noticed him.
Time and time again, he says he had come back to check on the group. He saw when Amoira left. He saw when Vale came in. He saw when you guys went out to the glacier. And to all the places that he didn't get to go. And he tried to leave little hints. Created remnants. To hint towards himself.
You left me a steak of you. Sorry. Sorry, continue.
Trying to cook it
And
and eat it.
he turns to Ophelia and says, I left you strips of scales. It's the only thing I knew that would remind you of me. Stupid, yes, but
Ophelia's
when
gonna laugh
I
and be
didn't
like,
know
you...
my place in the world,
Ophelia's
it
gonna
was the
laugh
only
and
thing I
be
could
like,
think of.
Ophelia's gonna kind of laugh and be like, you left me a little more than scales, and kind of glances a little bit to her bag, because she still hasn't been able to bury the chunk of it.
Well, we weren't so big on subtlety. We were a bit dense.
But
Sorry.
he continues explaining how he watched over your plight in the Caves of Hunger. I watched as you went through the Mirror of Souls. And sure enough, later arrived in Ithrin, having been transformed.
Rail's gonna look down at his hand.
He looks over at Rail, touched by an elder god. Far beyond me, but treasure it.
He holds up his hand and kind of like flexes his fingers and then forms a fist with it.
So that's what this is. Referencing his arm and like just the kind of deforming that they've all experienced in a deforming in a sense.
Yeah, you're tatted up now, remember?
Yeah, I'm
At
tied up
least
to
you
the
guys got
neck,
cool
to the
shit.
neck.
Bev's got goopy hand.
Your arm's dead. Gross. Anyways.
And he continues saying he watched you all through the spire and the fight with the Frost Maiden. And having accomplished that, you were ready, he says. Ready to finally meet me here. Both of you.
I take it that's a sign for us to say something.
I'm trying to find words right now. I'm sorry.
No, take your time. This has been long coming.
This is a lot to process.
That was not Ophelia talking right there, by the way. That's a little too cockney for Ophelia.
Rakaroth. Why?
Yes, Rael.
Why were we chosen?
I wish I could tell you that. I do not hold the hands of fate. I can't give you a reason as to why you were chosen, or give you some existential purpose as to why you're here. What I can do is I can tell you what you have been offered.
Offered?
As he turns to Ophelia, once again smiling, standing up. He walks over, kind of points over to the book and wanders over to the book on the pedestal, and taps it. And the pages flick for a moment, landing on another page. This one, another list. And as the pages flip, you see name after name, hundreds of names, thousands of names. An infinitesimal amount of names as the pages flip before they go back to the page you were on, where two empty pages sit with the exception of a couple of names. And he points to Ophelia's name. You, my dear, have the opportunity to replace the Frost Maiden. You can become a god. Or a goddess, in that matter.
Me become the Frost Maiden.
Bev hears.
Excuse me?
Bev can't hear shit. Oh god.
She can hear what Ophelia said.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like the one you knew, but that would be the role you would take on. The goddess of winter's cruelty, but also its compassion. Goddess of the snow. He moves his hand over to the other side of the page. And like me, he looks at Rael. You've been offered the ability to become her vessel. The ability to use a fragment of her power, should she accept it, in service to her.
What the fuck is going on here?
Then she would be my master.
Master's a strong word.
I wouldn't be anybody's master.
It's better to put it as close friends.
That's what I was
And they
going
were
to say.
roommates. I'm so sorry.
I'm muting you. That's it.
Okay,
You're
that's
getting
fine.
muted.
I'm sorry. That's fine. Do it. Just, I'll do it.
When I say vessel, Rail, what I mean is gods don't often directly intervene with this world. Most of it is done through vestiges or vessels or avatars. I am one such. would be Ophelia's, should you so desire it. The voice of winter, able to control its power.
Rhea looks down his own shirt and chest at himself. In silence for a moment.
Do you have any thoughts as well, Ophelia? I know this must be a lot to take in.
I have so many questions. I don't even know if you'd be able to answer them. Like, why was I chosen to potentially do this? And would I, if I did do this, would I still be able to see everyone? What my duties, what I would be able to do? And obviously I wouldn't want to be like the woman we fought because, well, I don't want to put anybody through what they had to while she ruled. And she's just like babbling a bunch of just different questions, some of them relevant, some of them like just kind of random and not so relevant, and some of the questions just kind of spiraling into like
he stops you for
gobbledygook.
a second, placing a hand on your shoulder. Well, I can't guarantee I can answer all of them, but let's start one by one, shall we? I can't tell you why you're chosen. That information is far above me. You asked if you could be able to see people. As you are not a higher deity or a elder deity, your form would be able to walk amongst the world at will. However, there are certain things you won't necessarily be able to control. If you were to replace the Frost Maiden, for example, things around you might just naturally get colder. Temperature-wise, of course. Things like that, small changes in the atmosphere around you. You'd gain the ability to craft forms for yourself. To put it lightly, think of how when you killed the Frost Maiden, you had several different avatars. You'd be able to do the same. And should you be careful about it, you will become immortal. With some caveats.
Of course.
If you die, you dissipate till the next winter solstice. If you leave the plane, you don't ever have to come back. But the choice is yours to make. What other questions did you have?
There's a question I want to ask in character, and I'm just like, well, I want to, but at the same time, like,
Just do it.
I know you've all got like shit-eating grins on your faces right now.
I do.
I'm like, do I join the train? Oh, God. Makes sense, though. It does make sense. We'll say that... Oh, she has another question, but Ophelia's a little hesitant to ask, and, like, this is the first time that, that y'all have kind of seen her, like, she God! Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. It's me trying to work. It's another case of, I have it in my head. It's just a matter of articulating it. Like, I visually see the scene in my head, but it's a matter of articulating what I see.
She goes, well, and she kind of like, she starts fiddling with like the hem of her cape, and she's like, you see her turn a little redder than anybody's really seen her before. And she's like,
Ev is confused. I'll go.
well, good to see you again.
He thinks for a moment. You see his head tilt to the side, just ever so gently. Before looking back at you and goes, technically, as a fully fledged god, you'd be able to call upon any of the vessels, whether they're yours or not. Whether they will answer you is something else, but you can call them. So yes, you'd be able to see me if you called. And you see him like smile gently, eyes closing in happiness.
I'd like that very much. I've missed you.
But that also only applies if you decide to ascend. Should you decide to decline it or turn it down, you will never see me again.
Rail is gonna decide to clear his throat. Although he doesn't actually have to, but he's going to do it to interrupt.
You just like rumble the vocal piping.
Sorry.
Ophelia,
Yes?
when I came to you and your group hunting for him, nods at Rakaroth, I did not realize that, well, I've seen this look before, and if there's anything that time has taught me, it's that I think you should take the offer.
Ophelia's gonna like take a second, and then she's just gonna get even redder, embarrassed, like, I mean, because I think she's finally realizing things herself.
Ev is confused.
As this happens, Rakaroth looks up at Rail and goes, "It's not all bad, though, for you either. Being a vessel does have its advantages. We can gatewalk, which is, to put it lightly, similar to the spells that mages use to traverse between planes and worlds. You could go home. It wouldn't change who you are, who you would become, but you'd be able to see your world again. Come back too, travel at any point.
What's the contract, though?
Contract?
Surely there's a catch. Nothing is so easy.
You'd be with Ophelia, bonded by power and god to vessel forever. This is not something you can so easily break or complete. As long as she lives, you'd have power beyond imagining. You wouldn't be able to fully die. You could go home, but you'd never be able to leave her.
Well then, respectfully, I'll have to decline my position.
You see him look down. A little bit disappointed, but understanding. If that is your wish.
I understand. You have somebody waiting for you too. Back home, right?
That is my hope.
Do you realize this isn't like a love relationship, right? 'Cause by the way,
Yeah.
I want to just
well,
make
I
this
know
very
that.
clear. When I say you can't leave her, like this is a contract that you can't break. You can go wherever, do whatever, but if she calls you, you're gonna answer.
I would take it. I would take it.
Called a work wife. You can have a wife and a work wife.
You can have a wife.
Work wives are nice.
Sorry, I'm done.
One of mine is currently in this call. Or well, my former one, but now they're just my wife now, which is even better. Just saying.
I got 2 fools.
Okay, well, okay. All right. Let me.
You also wouldn't have anything around you. He kind of explains. You'd still be you. You just have access to the powers at will.
Basically, it's like you go to a job, basically. She calls, it's like, oh, I gotta go to work, honey, I'll be back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I get it. You guys are trying. Shh. It's fine.
Okay,
Ophelia has a legit question.
Go first then.
Would he be able to pass through worlds like those in the gods in the Feywild?
What you saw in the Feywild were not gods.
Sorry.
Someone's gotten a little bit excited.
He's the only one who knows what those are.
But yes, you'd be able to pass worlds as simply as walking through a door.
You would be able to go see your family.
Well, I suppose I've taken worse contracts. Fine.
Well, this place does need a maiden. And maybe it should be able, after the spring, it should be able to experience a winter that isn't frigid and horrible, but one that can also bring happiness and softness and gentleness.
Indeed. And I should clarify as well for you, Ophelia, that you are not restricted to this area of the world. Of the caliber that you'd become, you'd be able to walk freely anywhere. Your senses would be attuned to this area, this whole region. You'd know things that go on, but your body, your mind would be able to go anywhere you wanted.
So I could still see the world and all the. And she's gotta kind of become like a little kid because this is like this is like one of her dreams when she was little. She's like, I could still see places I've never seen before, like the books in my library.
You could. You could walk the world with me.
And she gets a little red at those words. All right. I accept.
He nods, a smile crossing his face. Well, now that that's out of the way, of the formalities, I give to both of you what you might consider how do I put it? Something to remember this. As you could probably guess, this doesn't happen overnight. And he reaches down on one of the sides of his outfit. He has a small pouch. And he pulls out two small rings. Carefully, very carefully, you notice. He's very gingerly holding these rings. One is a small metal band engraved with snowflakes all around its outer edges. The other is thin, made of black metal, and it has ice running across it. Seemingly, it's still completely smooth, but you can see veins of what appear to be frost and permafrost throughout the ring. He hands the silver ring to Ophelia and the black ring to Rael and goes, keep these with you.
I'm guessing once the rings hit their palm, they just kind of poof into existence for Bev and Bale, and they're just like, the fuck?
Yeah, effectively.
Okay.
You kind of see these rings drop into their palms. They will eventually become part of you, he says, but for now, they need to gather their energies again. The power, if you will, since, the Frost Maiden is dead and all that. Takes a bit of time to gather all that energy back up. But those rings will naturally begin to coalesce it. When they complete, the ring will disappear, and the power will be transferred to you, wherein in that moment you will become a god, Ophelia. Able to command the winter, the elements of cold, and be able to manage winter as you see fit, showing both the negative and positive sides of it. The same goes for you, Rael. The ring will gather energy, and when it is complete, it will transfer its power to you. The only difference being that with your ring, Rael, you will be able to walk, as I have mentioned.
Rail nods.
He looks over at Ophelia and goes, well, I suppose I should call you the Frost Maiden now, Lady Ophelia. And he gently bows.
Get up. Oh, please don't. Just Ophelia is fine.
Rail is then also going to turn rather rigidly, now like standing at attention, like a soldier would, facing Ophelia, and then gets on one knee. Not like that.
Oh, it's time.
I was. It's
time.
okay. I was imagining a knight. It's fine. I was imagining a knight. It's cool.
And
She-
and then
She trained in knighthood, so she knows what he's doing. It's cool.
and then yes, and then bows his head. As well. Saying, my maiden.
Oh gosh, just Ophelia's fine. I don't even have all the powers yet. I'm still me.
A contract's a contract.
A contract
It
is a.
And with that ring, you walk in the realm of gods. Do you have any other questions for me before I let you all go?
Not right now, but if I do, I guess I'll just call upon you.
Of course. And with that, you see him lay his hand on on the book, his other hand in the air, snapping his fingers, and suddenly, for all four of you, everything turns to pitch black. And when you're able to see again, you are all standing outside of the room, the building, the house. You all can talk now.
Okay.
Ophelia's gonna blink for a second and then like look at her hand, look to see like, oh, was that it? What happened just happened? And she'll look for the ring and see it's on her finger, and be like, it was real. Like,
It was real. You finally found Rakarov. And with that, we shall end our second to last session.
oh my god, holy shit!
Wow.
Ophelia's a fucking god.
That's so cool.
Also, all of us in the beginning be like, oh yeah, no, not Ophelia and Rakaroth. Everyone now, Ophelia and Rakaroth, oh my god.
I don't know what you're talking about. I shipped it the whole fucking time.
Dude,
I
I'm
was-
so-
I was
Never
just
mind.
like, I wasn't sure at first. I was like, okay, maybe. And then I was like, you know what? Yeah, this feels right for Ophelia.
The
This feels
himbo
right for her.
becomes the husbando.
No,
Oh.
still himbo.
And the worst part is technically in the realm of gods in D&D, it's not uncommon to have relationships between god and vessel. So you, Ophelia can 100% like fall in love with Rakarov.
You mean fall in love all over
fall-
again?
She's already in love with him. What the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Again, all over again, however the fuck you want to put it. It can happen, people.
Jesus Christ.
But
Can-
Rakaroth and Ophelia
can we just
sit in
say-
the tree,
okay, if we're gonna go-
K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
If we're gonna go with this, can we just say that, because we never said that the ring, that she put the ring on, can we just say that the ring magically appeared on her ring, like, the engagement ring finger?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, they're not engaged, obviously. It's just like a, a
It's
little,
promise ring.
yeah. Like, I promise to see you again.
But yeah, I hope I did Rakarov good. Xyken.
And the voice was a little off, but you got it.
I can't do your voice, so I stopped trying.
I know, it's fair. I understand. I'm just messing with you.
But I hope I did his like attitude and what I did with him well for
Yeah,
you, since I know you didn't even know that.
You matched it. You did good. I appreciate it. Everything was like, yep. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Does anyone have any questions for me after that incredible lore dump.
Before
Oh my
y'all get
God.
into it, I just need to know about the door. What was up with it? It was only ever gonna let those two in.
So it actually did mistake Bev for Ophelia. They've been around
Motherfucker.
long enough, and it thought Bev was Ophelia.
Got it. Okay.
So
That's
when
fucked
Ophelia
up.
actually put it there, it realized that this was the actual fucking Ophelia and threw Bev the fuck out.
That's so rude.
That's so funny.
Got it. Okay.
Poor Bev. I just see that we're just starting our scene and we just see Bev scratching at the door.
Yeah, I was
Meow.
like,
The text.
guys,
Yeah,
I
meow.
was like, look, you don't have to say anything. Your characters don't even have to be here. Can we just get you here so that you can experience this? Because this is something I can't oh yeah, we met Rakroth and he's like a ghost dude and cool stuff
Now
happened.
Ophelia's a god. I can go through planes and be with my tiefling wife again. It's crazy.
See, the whole point was it was written like that, so you guys come out and explain this, and Bev about loses her shit.
Oh, she's still gonna lose her shit once Ophelia explains the whole god thing to her. Because Bev is automatically going to think that Ophelia is gonna leave her. Bev will have an emotional breakdown for a second. She'll be like, "Yeah, you're gonna leave me." What?
Incoherent
No.
caterwauling.
Yeah, basically, it's just gonna be here thinking Ophelia is gonna leave her. Because she can't be separated from Ophelia at this point. Ophelia has a pet giant fucking cat. It's true.
It is. And now I can properly say that all of your divine sparks have had their meanings revealed from the fight with the Frost Maiden.
Oh shit.
Whether the others here would like to, at any point, tell people what theirs does is up to them. I will not enforce it, nor will I require it.
I can talk to animals.
Oh shit.
You are an animal.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she's a cat humanoid. She's not actually an animal. She can't speak to animals.
I can talk to animals.
Cool, you don't have to use that one thing anymore. You can just
Nope.
do it.
Just do it independently now.
And you two are just basically a god and its vessel.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
was-
your sparks were.
I was not expecting this at all.
I
He was like,
mean,
"You're
at
gonna be the
least
new
you're not
prophet,"
gonna
and I
be-
was just like, "What?"
Okay, it
This-
solves the problem of us worrying about the fucking ice titties. Or
Coming back.
yeah, coming back and freaking like being like, "Where's those motherfuckers that killed me?"
Because
You
now,
know?
now it's a good god, one that we like.
Yeah, it's not a complete fucking douche canoe.
This has been planned. This story beat was something I actually wrote out prior to the campaign beginning.
Ah, I see. So
This has been kept under wraps for almost 2 years now.
Okay, so then
Gotcha.
this is question. This is my question. Was Rakaroth originally going to be the vessel?
Rakroth was originally going to be a vessel. I had not determined at that point whether he would become the vessel of the Frost Maiden or
like
of
a
another
deer.
god. That was cemented when he died.
Aha.
And I went, well, I can't push forward the Frost Maiden arc now.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided instead to have Tyr save him and become a vessel for what Tyr called self-justice.
Yeah.
Damn, the whole fucking time he was just like, "I'm doing my justice," and we're like, "You little bitch."
I was like, it's wrong, and I know it's wrong the entire time. I'm not bowing to this. I don't care if it's what they say is right or wrong. It's bad.
Rakroth became the living embodiment of... Now, Rakroth is a little different than Rael will become.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rakroth technically no longer has a corporeal form.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, Rakroth kind of generated his own form, which looked like his body, and became the living embodiment of living up to your own ideals.
Yes.
And your own values.
Yes, values. That's a good way to put it.
But I thought that would be a sweet way to bring that chapter to a close.
It's really good. Yeah.
And with that, the only chapter we have left to close, which will happen next session, is regarding the small child Vale.
Yeah, we still
God,
got.
I'm not ready.
I
I
gotta
don't
go
even
you guys
know. I
in.
have no clue on what's going to happen, but
I
I'm
still
not
have
ready.
to sit down and finish that map. Because that one is actually going to be a map for you guys.
Okay.
You have a god in the making on your side. You'll be good.
I'm not
God,
worried
yes.
about that.
But yeah, it'll be interesting because I will tell you by the start of the next campaign, Ophelia will have become a full-fledged goddess, and Rael will have become a full-fledged vessel.
Cool.
Ooh.
Bev is just their friend that they'd have along. Meow meow, meow meow.
I
meow,
mean,
meow.
it's quite powerful to have a goddess as a friend.
It's like, unless you have something else in store for Bev, which I don't think you do, then.
Not in this campaign, but I have some ideas planned.
Oh, curious, but okay.
See, and I thought everybody was just gonna be mortals and shit like that. Like, oh yeah, you know, they're just doing their own
Well,
thing.
here's the thing. All you guys are immortal. Bev isn't. She's the one that's gonna fucking die, bro.
To be fair,
You're immortal.
Rael's about as immortal as Vale is since the beginning, as far as
Well,
anybody
now you're a
understands being a
vessel,
construct.
bro.
But now, yeah, now it's like, okay, cool.
And
I got-
basically, Vale is pretty much immortal, and Bev's over here aging. What up, bro? I'm gonna die someday.
We'll find a way for Bev to age. Or for Vale to age. It's okay.
Maybe you can become a vampire or something. I don't know.
Just turn you.
Vale could turn you.
That's up to you guys.
That's
Bev won't say
actually
no.
Up to Bev.
But
That's actually up to Bev. And there'd have to come a time. Vale isn't just gonna be like, oh yeah, let me just damn you for the rest of your life.
that's true. I mean, if Vale probably offered it, Bev would be like, "Does that mean I can be with you?" And she would be like, "Yeah, okay."
It
Be
would
with my
like,
little
have to be
buddy.
like life or death. Like she's not gonna let Bev die.
Bev is
Yeah.
incredibly codependent.
She is very codependent.
Yeah.
Dude, do you blame her? She
No.
literally,
Like,
she
literally?
died
Like,
in the middle of
literally.
nowhere. Got brought back and was like, "I gotta go see my fucking ex, bro, and fucking sort this shit out." Then she met two people and was like, they become my friends. One of them dies and it's like, nah. Well,
Oh.
technically two of them dies. One leaves.
I honestly was surprised. I thought seeing Rakroth would have made more of you cry.
I'm a
I-
stone cold bitch. You don't
I was
understand.
tearing
I
up.
was
I legit
sniffling.
was tearing up.
Yeah.
I
Like
got emotional, but
I
wouldn't
wasn't
cry.
sobbing, but like when I was saying, you know, her eyes start brimming with tears, and I was like, oh nope, there it goes. It's happening to me now. It's not just Ophelia that's eyes are brimming with tears right now.
I could
All
hear
right.
it in your voice when you chuckled when I was like, when you heard the voice behind you.
I knew
could
it, like I
hear
said-
in your voice.
I knew it was him as soon as he's like, and you hear a voice behind you. I was like, you son of a bitch. In a good way. In a good way. Son of a bitch in a good way.
But yeah, so that wraps up, or partially wraps up Ophelia's arc, and begins a new arc for both Ophelia and Rael. One that will continue into the next campaign. As Rael suddenly now has a lot more freedom.
Yeah. Was not expecting that.
Rael can come and go and see his wifey.
His tiefling wife.
If she still exists.
Yeah, that's not to talk about like the time scaling between different worlds.
Well,
Like he can go there, but I can't guarantee that his wife is like still around or hasn't, you know, been aged to like 3,000.
Yeah.
I wish you luck, buddy.
I have to actually look it up because I genuinely don't know what if there's any time differences.
Now you can find a new whammon.
Maybe
That's rough,
someday.
buddy.
That's rough, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
my
is there
girlfriend
any
turned
other
into a
questions
mood.
for me?
Am I going to cry?
I hope so.
I
Most likely.
really fucking hope so.
Most
Am I going to cry for a good reason or a bad reason?
I cannot tell you.
Oh my god.
Perhaps both.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Will next session be our last session?
I am planning right now that next session will be our last session for this campaign.
God, I'm gonna.
That will wrap
rip on
up A
myself.
Tale of Eternal Frost.
The Snow Patrol will finally come to its close.
That means we'll
For
be
now.
on-
For now.
The
It would
Snow
be-
Patrol has become known regionally.
In
That's
a
something
good
you
or
guys don't
bad
realize.
way.
Every tribe, every group knows about you.
In a
Albeit
good
for good
or
or bad.
We did some good things, guys, and all the people who didn't like us are probably dead. So it's good, right?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
But word does spread, so who knows, by next campaign maybe the Snow Patrol will be known for more.
That would be
Uh-huh.
interesting.
I want Nemu to beat Bev so bad. It's
God.
so funny.
I gotta think of how Ophelia's
Oh,
gonna
that's
keep it
what I
on the
have to ask.
download when
I'll
she's
ask
walking
Ophelia.
around that she's a god.
I mean, don't talk about it and you won't have any problems, right?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Well, yeah, but there's
Yeah.
also the fact that when she has her godhood, the temperature gets colder around her.
She's just a little bit nippy. It's okay.
You also get a bunch of Ophelia will get a bunch of traits next campaign as to mark her as a god. She will get Divine Rejuvenation. She will get Divine Being, I believe, is one of them. Let me actually see.
Does she get divine tattoo removal?
No, because that's an
I
Elder
mean,
God's
you
touch.
can technically change
You
your
could
form.
change your form. That's true. That's true. But your true form is always gonna have those tats.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Oral.
That and I saw the joke and I thought I'd make it.
Yeah, you will get Divine Being. Or Ophelia will, which says you can't be surprised and you can't be transmogrified against your will.
Hey.
You also will get Divine Rejuvenation, which means you will get to choose, and I will sit with you to determine this. What your other two main forms look like.
Cool.
Okay.
You also will get your legendary resistances, your magic resistances, and your unusual nature. Unusual nature is interesting because it means Ophelia no longer needs to breathe, eat, drink, or sleep.
Welcome to the club.
You can if you want to. That's not a saying you can't, but you don't
She just-
require it.
Yeah. Oh my god, I just thought of this. Because the previous Frost Maiden was able to do mass heals. Nobody's gonna fucking die on her one! Her children are safe!
Look, the Frost Maiden's been around for a while, and also just because you're a god now doesn't necessarily mean that you lose all of your current known abilities and skills. So
You bet your ass, though, Ophelia's gonna be trying to figure out how to get that ability when she figures that out. She's gonna be like, I can do this.
well,
All right,
level up
time to
more,
fix.
yeah, level up your
Time to
cleric
try
ability.
this. My children will
Wait
not
a-
die.
You can go meet your own moon god.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you'll be on the same level as your deity.
Oh shit.
Be like, what's up, bitch? Guess who's on your team now?
Which
Oh, I gotta-
actually will have a scene in the next campaign.
Oh shit.
Because there will become a point when Ophelia will interact with Saloon.
Oh fuck.
a lot.
I also just thought of like Ophelia could totally like go be like, okay, we're gonna figure out who the fuck Amoira's god is, and then ask him what the fuck the deal is. So she's not suffering anymore.
We gotta go talk to Cthulhu.
Yeah, good luck with that one. Cthulhu doesn't even register she
I have a question.
You know, Ophelia's gonna try though.
So for the
Once she gets that idea in
NPCs
her
that are
head.
coming back, are we gonna be reprising these roles, even in acting wise, or?
It depends how weird the conversation gets.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try to make it where it's gonna be the character will meet with someone other than the character you are playing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not talking to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
I'm
don't
an
want
actor.
it to
I
become
can do that really well.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I could see that getting confusing, and yeah.
That may make for some weird scenarios, but that's what I'm gonna try. So you guys will reprise your old roles, and we'll have updated stat blocks.
Cool. And I imagine you'll be writing the scripts for us to essentially read, yeah, and act.
I will give you a generic rundown, and I'm gonna let you go from there.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I'm not giving you a script. I'm not telling you. I'm telling you this is the situation your character is currently in.
Yeah.
This is what their goals are. You're welcome to roleplay that however the fuck you like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down, bitches.
Hell, you could even go off script and do something completely different. And as long as it doesn't interfere with my story, I will warp around it.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a fun time. And I must say, I am quite inspired.
I hope I did the characters
Bardic
well.
inspiration.
You did. Yes, you gave me the
did.
bardic inspiration.
That was
And,
great, Fox.
Look, like I said, I have been planning this moment for about 2 years. And I actually got really stunned when you were like, "Well, I'm gonna turn it down."
Yeah, I'm sorry about
I
that.
was like, just stunned silence.
I thought it was a little bit more restrictive and a little bit more like I was thinking it's like I was thinking it was like a Davy Jones situation, right? You're married to the sea, can't go on land kind of thing. So I was like,
No, you can go anywhere the fuck you want. Just realize that if something happens and you are called, you will hear her. Whether you don't, sometimes you may not even need to physically go.
yeah.
It'll just be like she'll suddenly be in your head and
Yeah,
be like,
that's fine.
"Hey,
Yeah, that's
things
fine.
are happening. I need a hand on the ground."
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, see, that was my misinterpretation. I'm so sorry I fucked it up.
Otherwise, yeah, I was like, I think you're misunderstanding this.
I'm. Oh my gosh.
You're
I
just
think of-
partners.
I just have a
We're
meme
good
in my head
friends.
where it's like,
Hey, Rail, what you doing? What you
And
do?
that's not gonna
There
happen,
is
but that'd
actually
be
a
funny.
way. I will tell you out of character, there is actually a way for vessels to become more than vessels.
Oh, shit.
So who knows? Maybe in the future, Rakaroth himself or Rail may become their own god,
Ooh,
Oh shit.
which
Rock
could be
becomes the new
interesting.
tier.
nifty.
God of the Forge.
Ooh. Ooh.
You got his
Perhaps.
and there's his interest. And
That's so in character.
You killed him. You've done it.
I don't think I've ever caused like gonna have these feelings.
That's not true. You've done this like 2 or 3 times now, but
But yeah,
Oh my
maybe
God.
that'll be something that'll be possible in the future.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
excited.
But with that, is there any other questions?
Not that I can ask, as usual.
I do actually have a question that is relevant. So mid-campaign, you were alluding that the figure that we were seeing that we guessed was Ophelia from the future question mark? Is that still like a thing or a potential thing, or how does that all play into it? Because that's something that I've been wanting an answer now that we got like a little bit more of a definitive situation. What's the
what
deal?
you saw was not actually Ophelia. It was what I can classify as a echo, a potential reality.
Okay.
There were a couple things that was written as what the echo could have been, all of which would have had the same effect. The first is that it was a god.
Okay.
And that it affected Ophelia because Ophelia had that potential. The similar way a chosen might be affected by their god's decisions. The second off was when a Moira was around, was that it was Ophelia, but Ophelia after she'd become divine.
Okay.
She decided to shed a corporeal form and take on a form similar to a Moira. And actually, I kind of alluded to that a little bit as well. But otherwise, that event kind of flickered between the two, showing parts from different ones, as it's meant to be like, well, this is the thing that's happening, but it's not set in stone what it is yet.
Right.
So that was that event.
So yeah, because I was like, what does it mean? Is it time travel? Is it magic? Who is this? Is it Ophelia but in an armor state or some shit? Yeah, so I'm glad that we finally got to address that, because that's been one of my dire questions of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was something that was both from the future and the past.
That's cool. Is there anything about want to know about Ragnarok? That was a good time to ask.
Yes, anything you'd like to ask about Ragnarok, I will now answer.
Okay. So
Can I ask what the deal is with his sister?
What do you mean with his sister?
Like, why the fuck does sister like put a bounty on his head?
So that actually came up by Xyken.
Oh.
And that would actually, you'd have to reference the Rails backstory for that, as Xyken had come up with that reasoning.
yeah, I kind of gave the I came up with the situation. As far as the writing around it and stuff like that, I wasn't too sure on, but it was based on stuff that Fox had started to reveal around the time of the Feywilds. Because if we want to go into a little bit of a lore dive, for Rakaroth, that he was the youngest son of two children, the other being his older sister of a somewhat wealthy trading company family, right? And there was an assassination attempt at a party on the family's lives when they were all together but away from the party during an event where everybody else was very distracted.
Yeah.
And so Rakaroth was considered the only survivor of the situation, as the parents' bodies were found slain, but the sister was nowhere to be found and presumed kidnapped or dead, because there was no leads, right? So then it's like, okay, so this is like, she's probably dead, but maybe she isn't. Don't know why, don't know where, don't know how. And then it started to come up when we saw the portraits of like the families in the tree in the Feywilds, where they would prick the blood, and then it would show the family tree, or the close relatives of the individuals, and you would see them as they either once were or are currently, right?
Yeah.
And so that was something where it's like, oh, because Rakaroth saw both himself and his parents, but also his sister. But his sister had aged just like he had, even though his parents had not. They were as they were when they died. So then it's like, okay, so this implies that she is also still alive, and that there was a couple of intrigue things, like she was wearing a very interesting ring you know, that was like it was like a black gem, I believe, if I recall correctly, that was noted, and so I was like, okay, we're rolling with this. That this is something to point out, to rely on, and so I don't know necessarily what Fox might have come up with as far as where she was, what she was doing, who she was affiliated with, but I imagine that it was a group of unsavory characters, and that she was well regarded or of high status within whatever situation she was in, and that after so much time had passed, and Rakaroth's escape of the the sister city of Baldur's Gate, which is a city that I literally made up out of nowhere because I had not done my research on the D&D lore until afterwards, which shame on me, but whatever. I invented a secondary smaller sister city that he then escaped and was a fugitive from, that maybe that a little bit of fame hit somebody's ears looking for some fugitive, and then that she got a hold of the information and also wanted him taken out, dead or alive, or something. For some reason, she was on the side of the assassins now. All these years
My
later.
reasoning was not that she was on the side of the assassins, but rather that she called out a bounty, as that was the only way she knew how to get him to return. That was my thoughts. Now, I can't say much more on Rakaroth's sister, as the next campaign takes place in Rakaroth's birth city.
The sister city of Baldur's Gate.
It takes place where?
Okay.
It will actually take place, well, not in that sister city, but it will actually take place in Baldur's Gate, or near Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. I kind of wrote that it was like it was a developing city that came out after Baldur's Gate, because Baldur's Gate over time becomes sprawling and so large that it can't necessarily, like, you can't live and operate. So it's sort of a sister city expansion nearby Baldur's Gate that started to develop.
Yeah, the game will take place, have two main scenarios. One of which is Baldur's Gate, the other of which will be Waterdeep. Both along the Sword Coast.
Waterdeep. Why do I know that name?
But we may actually run into the family.
That would be really cool, and I can't wait to see what you come up with this.
But with that, I shall let you all go.
Alright.
I hope you all enjoyed the session tonight.
Oh, hell yeah.
And with that, I shall take my leave.
Okay, but can I say something real quick?
Yes.
What's up?
Speak.
Thank you so much for doing this epilogue, this post game after the end of Icewind Dale, because that was something that I was really concerned about, was that we wouldn't get closure with some of these characters and some of these events that we were really invested in along the way. And I really appreciate you putting off the total ending to bring us down and give us some answers and some conclusions.
Yeah, absolutely. I still will tell you, I think the actual ending is going to be a little bit overhyped. Like, there's not much more I can say other than tell you the ending.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I hope that this helps you figure out a couple things regarding closure of some characters and allows you guys to go around and see some things. And maybe interact with a few characters that you met back in the beginning of the campaign.
That'd be cool.
For example, who knows, maybe you'll see Boy again.
Boy!
Yeah.
And his dad's...
His dad.
Boy,
One of the
Dad.
dads is dead.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah. So with that, I shall let you and leave you all to your imaginations.
Aw, thank
Okay.
you, folks.
Going to go to sleep as well.
No worries. Good night, everyone.
Alright,
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Night.
Did you already end
And-
stream?
I am about to. I haven't said goodbye yet.
Good night, stream people, and us in the future.
With that, we will end stream. Thank you so much for coming today and being a part of this, one of our final pieces of the Snow Patrol in their campaign. Obviously, as Fox says, they will be back, but this is their campaign where they are the main characters. And yeah, but until I see you again, probably be next Monday, of course. Might be before then. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going on. Either way, I will see you next time. And this is your streaming reminder that you are loved. You deserve love, and I'm so proud of you for being here today on this earth, because you deserve to be here. I send you all the loves. I love your faces. Mwah! Lots of bunny loves and hugs. And until next time, bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. See you soon.
Good night, stream. Stream done. It ended. Hello.